Their movie blurb was, good and evil twins are united in Hong Kong as heirs to a fortune, experts in martial arts.
Did they watch the film?
That is it. That's all they've put on it.
Good and evil twins.
Yeah.
Which one's the evil one?
I'm guessing Alex out of either of them.
And welcome back, guys, to another episode of Six and Below. This week, we're on a journey to Hong Kong with Damn and Damn. I'm Eric. This is Darren.
Double damn. Welcome into the Six and Below movie podcast.
Cue the intro. So,
Double impact. What do you think?
Double impact. Wow.
I bet when you read the title, Double Impact, the only type of double impact films you've been watching is, yeah,
definitely. This isn't what I pictured, especially not two versions of Van Damme, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really don't know how to feel about this film, as I say that quite a lot. It's almost like, to me, right, if I was to sum up the film, I'd say they got the concept, we want two Van Dammes, twinsies.
Yeah.
But then they thought, well, we need to make a story behind it, and then just kind of just made it up as they went along.
Definitely.
It's basically, have you ever watched that series back in the day, Sister Sister?
Oh, I know what you're on about, but no.
It's basically Sister Sister, but
we're martial arts.
With martial arts. It's just, it's random as hell.
Yeah. You think Danielle got DP'd in the end?
Yeah,
double
probably.
Impacted.
She definitely did. She must have.
Double impact.
Mate, you could tell
double
she
penetration.
You could tell she wanted it.
Yeah, don't worry.
I mean, I think Chad would have been all for it.
I think he would have.
I don't think Alex would have.
There's one of the clips later on. He says, "Doesn't there go? Oh, I've got a big surprise for you, a huge one." Soaking the wear.
Oh yeah, it's a bit cheesy that.
Right, okay. Before we get into it, I'm just going to throw the quote out there. So it is the clip quiz. If you know what film this is from, let us know down below.
Well, before we do, if you're new to this podcast, you've never watched us before, we review movies that are rated 6 or below on IMDb. We give them a little roast. We give them our own score, and then stay tuned to the end because we will give out some awards.
Okay. If you know what it is, let us know down below in comments, or you can contact us on email by
sixandbelowpodcast@gmail.com.
That is right. We might not read it, but hey, if you send it, who knows?
I mean, this is a serious matter, Private. I can't believe you got your poor folks involved in this, too. Well, I got a little secret for you, boy. You're up for a court-martial. You ready to go to trial? Give me your best shot. Say goodnight, asshole. Good night, asshole.
Right. You know what that is?
I have no fucking clue.
Not a clue.
No.
Because Eric doesn't know what the clips are. I don't tell him. So I do all the clips. So it's a surprise for him as well. So
yeah, I haven't a clue.
At the very end, I'll play it again. And you can guess what film you think it possibly could be, and then see if you're right or wrong.
Well, I'll definitely stick around to the end then to find out.
Good.
So,
I'm glad you are, innit? So hopefully you do as well.
If you can as well, yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah, if you can listen to the end. Or if you can like, subscribe, comment. If you're on listening on Spotify, if you can leave us that 5-star review, that'd be amazing. And please share with your friends and your nan.
That's it. Yeah. And something I thought was quite funny on this.
Go on.
So when we watched the intro, well, the trailer for this,
yeah.
My word, I just thought, he says Van Damme quite a lot of times in this. Literally, the trailer, go watch it. It's pretty comical yourself. But yeah, in literally 2 minutes, if that, or 1:30, this is what he says.
Didn't we count how many times he says like Van Damme or something?
Well, when he's actually talking through all of this, by the way, right, because the way they've edited it, it actually does, I think, no, I'm going to pat myself on the back. It sounds like he's free-flowing like it should be, like he's saying like what we are now talking.
Yeah.
But it's actual segments, like 5-second clips throughout the whole thing, but I've edited it together so it looks like a normal sentence. But this is the guy doing the speaking, or presenting, what do you call it, like?
Voiceover.
Voiceover, that's the voiceover for the trailer. Introduce Van Damme, Double Impact.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. He always makes an impact. Get ready for double impact. Van Damme times 2. Twin brothers reunited on a mission to avenge their parents' death. One packs a punch, one packs a piece. Together, they deliver double impact from Hollywood to the Far East, on land, on sea, and in the air. They're damn quick, damn cool, damn hot. Van Damme times 2. Double the fun and double the Van Damage. Double impact.
You see what I'm on about? It sounds like it's meant to be saying that in one, like, read off.
But mate, imagine if you took that and said, right, you could mistake that for a porno. I mean, they're going around the world.
Jenna Jameson with.
They even say, like, super quick, double the damage.
On sea, inland, in the air.
Mate, fuck me. If I didn't know that was a film, I'd be like, is this a porno? It's like, Jesus Christ.
So yeah, I had to edit that together, make it as one little clip. And it's funny.
He's proper that proper movie voice, in it, that proper.
Yeah, from the 90s.
Van Damme is a carrot.
Is a carrot?
This...
Right, okay, do you want to get straight to the vitals?
Yeah, we can do, yeah.
All right, then,
Unless have you got any goose for us this week?
I was about to do that later.
Oh,
Unless you want to do it now?
Yeah, do it now.
All right, okay. Get down to where
I love a good goof.
Right, okay, so we got some somewhere around there. There it is. Okay, I'll put it like further down on my list because I wasn't ready for it now. It's kind of threw me on the spot. Okay, yeah, so we've got some goof and errors for this. There's going to be a hell of a lot more than what I'm going to mention. Well, just a few anyway.
Even I noticed some this week and I never noticed any.
So at the very first scene, when they get ambushed by the triad.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So the mum and dad come back to the house, have a little bit of a shootout, and car headlights.
You make that sound just casual as fuck. Like every Saturday night, you know, they head back to the house, you know, they have a shootout, they have some friends around, they have a little gun battle, you know.
In China.
If you survive, you can come back next week. Yeah. Just casual as hell. Or you carry on.
Lost my moment. Lost what I was about to say. Right, yeah. So there's one car that the triads are hiding behind.
Yeah, yeah.
Right, the headlights get shot out on 3 different occasions, and then they're working in the next cut 3 times. Like,
yeah, because they even make a point at one point of like showing you the headlights getting shot out, don't they?
Yeah,
yeah. Because the guy's such a rubbish shot.
Yeah, there's like shoot everywhere. The guy's like 4 foot away from the lights. Now zooms in on the lights getting shot out.
Jesus.
I've just shown you this one as well. So at 1 hour and 4 minutes and 41 seconds, if you want to go check it yourself, folks, Chad kicks open the door, and you can see the building set as the door swings up, and you can see like the 2x4s and the planks of wood of like the actual set being built.
Yeah. And
then it cuts back as they run out through the door and in the middle of an alleyway running around.
Well, it's supposed to be a fucking alleyway, isn't it?
Yeah. There's another one as well when Chad and Danny are on the boat. Her clothes are all hung up.
Yeah.
But Chad's, it's somehow bone dry instantly.
Yeah.
And then on several occasions, you can clearly see the green screen, can't you, when they're sitting next to each other?
Oh, mate. I've got that in my notes for later on. That some of that was just terrible.
There is a lot more. There really is a lot more about it. Yeah, I've actually got something quite interesting. I don't know what I thought was quite interesting.
There was one I noticed, which is when they go to the hotel hangout and he's sorting out all the guns on the table, and Chad comes over and goes, "Oh, Alex, you got this gun. Next time I'll make the deal." So Alex makes a point of shooting it, and then on 2 occasions you see the slide on the gun cock back like he's run out of ammo. So you see him shooting, it cocks back, and then it kind of cuts to a different angle, and he's still shooting, and it cocks back again without him reloading.
I'll go over a few of the general notes then that I've got.
Yeah, go for it.
All right then. So a couple of things which was quite annoying, really, is that 9 out of 10 people were actually smoking cigars. They weren't lit. Did you notice that?
I honestly didn't know, but I noticed obviously that Alex always has one in his mouth.
I've got that on there as well. I was like, why the hell is Alex using a cigar as if it's a toothpick and going around chewing it? He's constantly chewing it in the side of his mouth. He's chewing
on it, and now you mention it, I don't think he was lit half the time, and he was kind of like, I think he just said, "Are we going to tell the difference between each other? I'll tell you what, I'll just slick my hair back and shove a cigar down me fucking."
Quite literally, yeah, quite literally. Another one as well. Did you notice about the audios? I don't know if it was just me, but the audio gains seemed all over the place. Like literally, watching it on the TV. I had it on like say volume 12 or something.
Yeah.
So I put it up to like 15 or 16 when they're talking because like really quiet when they were talking. Then as soon as any action started, like the gunshots or the fight scenes,
Volume
the
shot.
audio would just bloody blast dead loud. So I've got to like turn it down.
I didn't really notice because I'm deaf as fuck anyway, so I tend to have the telly quite loud.
Yeah.
Well, no, I didn't notice, but I'm not sure. You know how they say like people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones?
Yeah.
I'm not sure we can really comment about audio.
It's not too bad. We've got better.
It's getting better, yeah. But when we've been doing the edits some weeks and stuff, we sometimes get a lot of crossover. But yeah, anyway.
I've done a bit of a research as well about Bolo Young, who plays the character Moon.
Oh yeah. He's fucking weird, him.
Yeah, I found some like interesting facts on him when I was doing a bit of research for this film. He actually swam from China to Hong Kong to escape the communism.
Really?
Yeah. That's a big ass swim, that.
And I think no, yeah, but yeah.
I think he started off like a little weed, and then like he's been having protein shakes whilst he's swimming, and he's like just got himself jacked when he came out.
Mate, how jacked was he though during the film? Like,
huge.
That part where they both take the tops off for no reason.
Yeah.
And he's just, I was like, fuck me, where did he get his muscles from? They've just sprouted from nowhere.
Yeah, he's actually got a nickname. I didn't actually write it down, but it's something like the Chinese Hercules.
Aren't they? I read somewhere that aren't they like mates? Something, didn't he? Like,
yeah,
when they had a previous film together, and
yeah, I'll put that on my notes. He was the second movie he's done with JCVD. First one was Bloodsport.
Yeah.
He was good friends with Bruce Lee, and he's actually used to train with Bruce Lee.
Right.
Like really good friends. Yeah, so there's like a couple of little things there on him.
He is one weird looking fella.
He really is.
I'm not just sure. I'm not even without the scar makeup and stuff and the dodgy eye and that. He's one weird looking. He's one of them where like the longer you look at him, the stranger he looks. It's kind of like there's something off about that guy, and then you just keep staring at him, and you're like,
I think it's his mannerisms. It makes him look crazy. Which he plays it really well, because like when he's doing the fight scenes, he does like really intense stares, doesn't he? And like little
weird
face features and stuff.
He's very, very weird, man.
Yeah, another bit on my notes as well. Thought like, why does JCVD have to do splits in every single movie? Yeah,
well, that's in the other Van Damme film that we reviewed as well, Time Cop. If you've not seen it, give it a watch. But I don't know what it is, because reading up a bit about him, wasn't he a ballerina at one point? Then he studied ballet, and then he moved into martial arts.
Won't surprise me.
Well, I swear to God, the guy either has no genitals or his hips don't work like the rest of ours, like the rest of the human species, well, especially males, because I wouldn't be able to do splits.
Oh. And to fair play to him, though, right? How old is he now? It's like in his 60s. He's got to be, hasn't he? And his most recent film was like a year or two old. It's like called The Last Mercenary or something.
Is that the one
He's
on
still doing the splits at his age. You're like...
Mate, it's one of them. It's like we get it. You can do the splits. Like we've seen it. Just stop doing it now, because it makes me cringe every time I see it.
Yeah,
it makes me think, oh my God. First of all, that shouldn't be possible for a man to do. Second of all, it's like, where do his balls go when he fucking suddenly smacks into the ground?
Pops them up.
Yeah, must do. It must be as the legs go out, the balls go up. It's like. Then back down.
Like a turtle head popping it into the shell.
It must be. There's no other explanation for it. If anyone out there can explain to me where Van Damme's balls go when he does it, please leave in the comments. I'm open to suggestions.
He's obsessed with every single Van Damme film you do it. Where does his nuts go?
I'm not obsessed with his balls. I am not obsessed with his balls. You paint me in such a bad light on these podcasts. It's ridiculous. You say I hate women, you say I hate children, and now I'm on the search for Van Damme's balls. Himself.
Got all the previous podcasts. Go check them out, folks. The last one on my notes as well, right? So here's one for you. Quite a big one, really, for the plot line, if you think about it. How does Alex know his name is Alex?
I've got that exact same thing.
Because, right, he stayed in China all through his life.
Yep.
Right. The Chinese babysitter ran off.
Yep.
Got him out of the orphanage. There was no note or anything. Well, then they went to a French orphanage out of everywhere. You know, obviously, so you could keep the French twang.
Yeah.
they would have called him like Marcel or some shit like that instead of Alex. So how did they know he's called Alex? Then he's grown up, and then.
Well, I was wondering that as well, because the babies, even as adults, they look exactly the same, because obviously the same person, but even as babies, they look exactly the same. So when the nanny runs off with him, with Alex, and then he takes the other one, it's not like they have a conversation first to say, which one are you taking? And you're right, she takes it to the orphanage, doesn't say a word to them, yeah. But how does he know the one he's got is Chad?
Yeah, he doesn't.
For all you know, like he could have, she may have left a note saying this one's Alex, and he might have said, "Oh, this one I think is Alex," and then they meet later on, and like, Alex, this is Chad, and like, no, I'm Alex, and it's like, no,
they're both called Alex,
Alex and Alex. But I know what you mean. It's like there's
makes sense.
No, and especially the orphanage one, because at least like the Frank, at least he kind of knew what the kids' names were, but. How did he know he had the right one? Because it's not like he had, like I say, not like he had a conversation before he told the nanny to grab a baby and do one.
Yeah.
And what kind of stupid ass nanny forgets a baby?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's literally your job.
She's like, I ain't paid enough for this shit. I'm not going back.
I'll take one. But the first thing she does, I was going to get into this later on, but the first thing she does is she runs from the car and she thinks, you know what? Why are you taking care of this fucking thing? Orphanage.
I'm not getting paid for this.
No.
Employees have been killed.
This wasn't in my fucking contract. I've just seen them murdered. I won't go to the police or anything to report it. No, first thing I want to do is get rid of this baby.
Get rid of the burden.
At least go to the police and file a report and say, do they have any family somewhere we can give the kid to? No, straight to the fucking orphanage. I mean,
right, we'll get to that scene. When we get to it, we'll talk a bit more into it. But yeah, hang on. Right, vitals. Let's get straight into it. Released in 1991, runtime is 1 hour and 55 minutes, and it felt like it, to be honest with you. IMDb, 5.6, Metacritic 40, Rotten Tomatoes 33%, critics, audience 42%. Wasn't too bad there for it. Amazon rating.
Oh, God, no. Let me guess. What did he rate out of again? Remind me.
Out of 5 stars.
Out of 5, okay. 6. I reckon it's on par again with bloody
Avengers
Infinity
or
something. War,
yeah. 4.5.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah. Don't believe Amazon ratings, by the way, folks, honestly.
Mate, what was it we had the other week? American Ninja. And it was,
4.5.
Had the same rating as bloody Infinity War.
Something like that. It is ridiculous, honestly.
Or Endgame or something.
Yeah, it's like you're telling me, right, The Godfather is the same rating as American Ninja. I don't think so.
It just don't make no sense.
No.
But no, it's
budget 16 million.
How much?
16 million budget.
Jesus. What have they spent that on? Because there was no CGI.
Well, it was like a green screen. We're not, by the way, right? Van Damme is not with us, right? This is all green screen behind it. And this is what their budget was like for it. Out of a £16 million budget, how much do you think JCVD was paid? Bearing in mind, he's done 2 roles.
In 91, don't tell me he got paid per role.
I say £16 million budget.
16 million. I'm going to say 5 mil. They usually take up a fairly big chunk of it, though.
They normally do, don't they?
Yeah, go on.
600k.
Really?
Hey.
Per part?
Oh, I think that was overall.
Oh, 600k? I thought he would have been worth more.
I believe he had something, a bit more fingers in the pie for this film as well, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe. Because I did hear rumours like he was talking about later on to do another Double Impact, do like a sequel to it.
Glad they didn't.
No, I'm glad they didn't as well, because like I said before, it was almost like they got the concept of doing twinsies, which is this a second film we've done where there's twinsies?
Oh my God, no, this is, I don't know how, right, but this is the third, right. I'm going to tell you this truthfully now, folks, right? We don't actually pick these films. We've got a list of 80-odd films, and then we just randomly pick a number.
We usually like ask Siri or something to pick a number between like 1 and 60.
Yeah, so it's really like high against the odds, really. And we had Time Cop.
Yeah.
Twinsies, Van Damme.
Oh, yeah.
Then last week was Twinsies, Schwarzenegger with The Sixth Day.
Yeah.
And now we've got Van Damme again with double fucking Van Damme.
Double Van Damme. Mate, we got to stop double Van Damme. It's getting silly now.
The super
Are there any other films where you double Van Damme?
The super computer picks it all out. I don't think there is anymore.
Because there is another one that we could do. Is there another Arnie one where he does twinsies? Oh, there is, yeah. But I think it's too high for us. Last Action Hero, because there's 2 of them in that.
There is briefly, the movie's premiere.
Yeah, when you've got the actor Schwarzenegger and then you've got him coming out of the screen.
I do like that though. It is a quality film.
Yeah,
really
I think
like
that's too high for us to review.
Yeah, it is really high.
I don't know if I could really review higher rated movies because it'd just be like, yeah, the film was good. In the end, cue the credits.
Yeah, you can't shit on them as much, can you?
You can't, no.
But yeah, you've done a really good job there. Shame about anything else. Right, okay, let's get back to the vitals then. Box office, 30 million.
Right. So it pretty much doubled its money.
Yeah.
Is that worldwide?
Worldwide, yeah. Other top grossing films of 1991. Number 1 was Beauty and the Beast.
Ooh.
With 248 million.
Jesus.
Yep. What do you think number 2 was?
I'm trying to think now. What else was released in 1991?
Got a clue?
Yeah, go on.
Schwarzenegger.
Last Action Hero.
No.
That would have been a weird coincidence. Junior? No, that was a bit later. Kindergarten Cop.
No.
Oh, Terminator 2.
The one.
Ah,
204 million.
Was that 1991?
Yeah.
I thought that would have well outdone Beauty and the Beast. Are you mad?
Oh, yeah. It lost by 44 million.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it? And number 3.
Come on, give us a clue. Give us a clue.
Kevin Costner.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Ah, bang on.
Yes.
Yeah, 165 million.
I love that film.
It's great, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, do you remember the soundtrack?
Oh, yeah.
Bryan Adams. He was in like the charts in the UK for like a year.
Because of this film as well. That film anyway, not this one. It's ranked 45th in the year.
Right. Doesn't surprise
Other
me.
movies higher grossing. So this movie had actual beaten. Don't Tell Mum the Babysitter's Dead. It beat Toy Soldiers.
Toy Soldiers?
Yeah, it got higher ranking, more money anyway than Toy Soldiers. And it also made more money than Drop Dead Fred.
Really?
Yeah, Drop Dead Fred was a quality film back in the day.
No, but it wasn't Rick Mail. I don't know if he was that well known.
Probably not.
Look what rating Drop Dead Fred is. Because I would love to do that one.
As well, mate.
I've not seen that film in years, and I'd love to know if it stood up because I loved that when I was a kid. But I think it might be because it was kind of gross out humor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite films as a kid. If you mean yeah.
Anyway, so the director for this was a chap called Sheldon Lettich. So he's done quite a few films with Van Damme in the past. So he's known for Bloodsport. He was the writer and he did the screenplay from 1988. He wrote Rambo 3. And he also wrote AWOL. Yeah. So
5.9, Drop Dead Fred.
5.9. Add it to the list.
It's to the list.
Yes, please do.
Oh
I want to know if that film stands up.
Me too. I really do.
Can we do it next week?
We've got one booked already for next week. We'll tell them after.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So writers for this. So Sheldon Lettich, who's the director, also wrote this. Jean-Claude Van Damme also stuck his 10 pence in. So he's also written before. He did Kickboxer, and he also helped with the screenplay for AWOL. Yeah, he's credited as story by on IMDb. And then Steve Emerson, also known for one of my favorite Star Trek films, Star Trek 4: The Voyage Home. You seen that one?
No.
It's too high for us to do, but he was a writer on that. That's the one where they go back in time and they come to like 1980s San Francisco to rescue some whales to take them back to the future. Never seen that film? Like Captain Kirk and all them, and Spock.
Wait, right.
You've never seen Star Trek 4: The Voyage Home?
Right, so you're saying to me, right, there's a Star Trek film out there where they go and rescue whales to take them home.
Yes. Oh, mate, have you never seen it? It's my favourite Star Trek film. Have I been calling it Star Wars?
Oh, you said Star Trek, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, right, this thing's coming to Earth, and it starts like fucking messing up Earth, and they're all basically like they're out in deep space, and like everyone needs to come back to Earth and help us, and they get there, and it's like basically searching the seas, and it's making this weird noise, and it turns out that it's whale noise, and it's looking for humpback whales for some reason. Yeah, basically, yeah, like your mum when she's on the beach. Right, so because all the whales are now extinct in the future, they have to go back in time to basically rescue a pair of humpback whales to bring them back, because this alien ship is looking for the humpback whales and it's going to destroy the Earth if it doesn't find them.
Right, okay, right.
It's kind of very political in a sense of, I think in the 80s there was a big thing about save the whales and all that shit. So it's very based on that. But forgetting the whale kind of storyline, can you imagine like the Captain Kirk and Spock and all them going back to the 1980s and wandering around like in general population in a film? Brilliant.
Okay, do me a favor.
What?
Right, when you're editing this,
Yeah.
after you've listened to what you've just listened to, right, or watch this podcast back, right, get on the phone to me and say, yeah, that was a really good storyline for a film. I feel I'll green light it.
It was? No, well, forgetting the whales. But they could have picked a better reason to go back in time, but...
Yeah.
But anyway, it's too high for us to rate, so it's the only time we're ever going to fucking get to mention it on this, unless we happen to come across someone else who worked on it. But yeah. Anyway, Steve Emerson, he wrote this. He's down as a writer, and he wrote that, and he also wrote Anna and the King from 1999, the one with Jodie Foster, what have you. So actors-wise, who have we got in this? We've got Van Damme and Van Damme. We've got Double the Dam playing Alex and Chad Wagner. Yep. We've got Jeffrey Lewis playing Frank. Yep. Alona Shaw playing Danielle.
Yep.
We've got Karina Everson playing Cara, who's a bit butch. We'll get into that.
Used to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
She definitely didn't skip leg day. She fucking never.
Skip any day at the gym, mate.
Then we've got Philip Chan, who plays Raymond Zhang. And we've got Alan Scaife, who plays Nigel Griffiths.
Yes.
And Bolo Young, as you mentioned before, as Moon. And then we've got Andy Armstrong, who I liked, as Paul Wagner, who plays the dad. I don't know why I liked him, but he was only in it for like 2 minutes. But
What has he been in? Because I recognise him, but I don't have a clue where from.
I'm not sure. I just liked how his kind of...
It's like James Bond.
Well, not like his acting style was just like, I don't really care why I'm in this film. He just was an arse, but it came across quite natural. Like you would if you were in there, like when he's talking about him being cheap about giving him cigars. I don't know what it was. It was just the way he delivered it. It just seemed like it could just be like you were there, like it was real life, like acting should be. It felt real. Yeah,
true. Yeah, it's like, oh, thanks for the cigars, Frank. Bit of a cheapskate.
So apparently, looking at him, looking on his IMDb, it looks like he's become a stuntman at some point.
Right.
Because most of his work here is listed as stunts. Whether he's actually doing them or what, I don't know.
Interesting.
He's actually English, though, which makes a change when you get someone who's being British.
I think half the actors were bloody English in this, especially the women in the club.
Yeah.
Think about that later.
The other thing as well, right, is that I wanted to know. So, obviously, Alex and Chad, the Dams, right? So, their parents are both British in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
And by the sounds of it, quite upper class.
Yeah.
Right. Have you ever known anyone really in England or anyone really like upper class or anything like that to name one of their children's Chad outside of America?
Oh yeah, good point. It's American names creeping back in again, isn't it? Like you say, Tucker and Rice and
Rice, yeah. Unless like it was short for like Chadwick or some pompous name like that. But the fact that this upper class British couple in Hong Kong called one of their children Chad.
Yeah, not real realistic wise, is it? But you never know. You never know. People calling kids, Blue Ivy.
Yeah, but again, fucking Americans.
Weird names. Celebrities as well. They have some weird names.
What did Chris Martin and what's her face, Spoonface call their kid? Wasn't it like Apple or something? Oh.
Yeah, Apple.
Gwyneth Paltrow was.
Gwyneth Paltrow, yeah, Apple.
I mean, Apple fucking Martin. It's a good job your parents are rich, love. I hope they leave you some money because...
Well, one of them, I'm sure it's David Bowie, his kid.
He had a kid?
I could be wrong. Yeah, I could be wrong. I think it's him or somebody else who was out there big in the 80s. They've got a kid called Moonraker. Moonraker, literally a James Bond film. I like the James Bond film that much more, naming a kid it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, it wasn't called Jesus, it was called...
No, Moonraker, but can you imagine, good job it wasn't fucking Live or Let Die, or...
Well, it's like Kim Kardashian, they got a kid called North, and the surname is West.
Oh, yeah, that's just...
So the kid's is actually called Northwest. I have Southwest in there as well.
The worst one I ever heard, and you can probably Google it. I don't know how true it is, but it's one I came across years ago. And it was apparently, I think it was a couple in New Zealand got their kid taken off them because they called it, and I quote, Tallulah does the hula from Hawaii was the full name. And I think they got the kid took off him or got made to change the name or something like that. Tallulah does the fucking hula from Hawaii, except without the fucking bit.
Still better in Northwest though, isn't it?
I'd rather that than Northwest, yeah.
Let's cut yourself to Lula. You know what I mean? Just don't tell everybody like the rest of your name.
Oh, poor child. The fucking Northwest. Not only have you got a shit name, your mum's a slag, and your dad's gone mental.
Yeah, pretty much.
And goes around telling everyone he's a freaking genius, which I don't.
Yeah, pretty much, mate.
Get how that works anyway.
You know the movie blurb on the Amazon with this?
Go on.
Did you read it?
No, I didn't see it on. Well, no, I was going to say I didn't see it on Amazon. I watched it on Amazon, but no, I didn't.
I was like, they've given it a 4.5 rating, haven't they?
Out of 5.
Right? Yeah, so out of 5, they give it 4.5.
Go on.
Their movie blurb was: good and evil twins are united in Hong Kong as heirs to a fortune, experts in martial arts.
Did they watch the film?
That is it. That's all they've put on it.
Good and evil twins.
Yeah.
Which one's the evil one?
I'm guessing Alex out of either of them.
I'd say dumb and dumber.
Yeah.
Maybe not good and evil.
Right, and then the tags they've used,
Go on.
right, is exciting, frightening action.
What tags would you choose?
Well, I wouldn't use frightening or exciting. I'll put like maybe martial arts, action, or something like that.
Yeah, I'd probably put like splits, no genitals, and I don't know, too long.
Yes, I don't think they've seen the film then, have they?
I honest to God don't think from them tags that they, or that synopsis, that they've actually anyone watched the film.
I reckon what it would
Good
be...
and evil twins.
Yeah, I reckon what it would be, right, if they've said to somebody, no, like, who's like, say, our age,
yeah,
like coming up to 40, who watched this as a kid, gone, Eric, have you seen that film with Van Damme? It just came onto our Amazon film. I'm not too sure what to rate it. Have you seen it? Double Impact. Yeah. Well, I've watched that before. It wasn't too bad. What did you give out of 5? Maybe 4.5.
Oh, no.
It's about 25 years since I've seen it. All right, yeah, cool. What's about? Oh God, I don't know.
Good twin, bad twin.
Yeah, I think there was like one evil twin, one good twin, and then like the fight to get some money or something. I can't really remember what it was about. Yeah, no worries, mate. I'll put that down.
Yeah, I can work with that. I can work with that.
Someone's job in Amazon to rate and put their movies down on that, and that's how it went. Pretty much.
That literally could, by the sounds of it, that's exactly what happened.
I think they've done it to American Ninja. Eric, have you seen American Ninja? Yeah, about 25 years ago. So when I was like 10. Did you like it? I loved it as a kid.
On par with Infinity War, that shit. Yeah. Definitely. What should we rate it? What's it out of 5? Give it a 7. Definitely, yeah. Amazing film. Michael Dudikoff.
Yeah. He's got some actor in there. I don't know what he did afterwards. Some zombie films.
Black Star Ninja. Won 7 Oscars, you know.
That's so crazy. People get paid for this.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Nuts. Amazon, if you're out there as well, right, you want some movie critics or anything, like, hook us up on
6 and below podcast@gmail.com.
Perfect.
That's it. Come on, Jeff. You can do better than this.
That's it. Right,
While you're there, Jeff, chuck us $1 million. You won't even miss it.
He's not with him anymore.
What do you mean?
Jeff Bezos.
What about it?
Left.
Who's left?
Not ahead of Amazon anymore.
Yeah, he still fucking owns the place. And he's still a billionaire.
He's sold it. He's got shares in it still, but he's just sold it.
Huh.
He doesn't have a say anymore.
Oh, well, he's still got money, so give me $1 million, Jeff. You won't even miss it. Like,
yeah, that's true. Definitely.
Right,
definitely
you could take $1 million from that guy and he wouldn't even notice.
Same with Musk.
Hey?
Same with the Musk.
Oh, yeah. Elon, if you're out there,
Give us a donation.
give us some money.
$1 million.
Give me some money.
Ask
Monster,
much.
if
Don't
you're
ask
out
for
there.
$1 million. You're like a billionaire.
Anyone, if you're out there, just give me some money. I need some money. You can sponsor us. There we go.
Eric, by the end of this, Eric's going to have a like little tip jar like over a hat.
Come on.
Tips. Got some tips.
Give me some money. Put them in there. Put the coinage in. Come on.
That's
We need to
crack on with the
start
film.
Patreon. So I notice a lot of YouTubers at the moment are like begging for people on Patreon. So maybe we should do it. Should we start a Patreon if anyone wants to leave a fucking comment?
Just let us know down below.
If you want to sponsor us to do this shit.
Yeah. Even accept flashlights if you're offering flashlights. Flashlights.
Flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a new one, please.
Yeah. I don't want like
Don't send me a
one.
used flashlight.
Right, okay.
Anyway,
Let's get back onto our subject.
yeah.
We're going off here
So
a little bit.
should we get into the film, man?
Yeah, let's get into it, man. Right, okay.
What a weird setting for this film. Why do you think they chose Hong Kong?
Something to do with tax, and they can get away with doing.
Because
Did they actually do?
It was before it was handed over to back to the Chinese, wasn't it?
Yes, it was part of the British government stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, so we open up. We're in Hong Kong. I don't know what year it was, but wasn't this 91? So 25 years before 1991. So what? 70s, mid 70s?
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah, ish.
It's like I say, a little bit of a celebration underway for the grand opening of the Victoria Harbour Tunnel.
Yeah. So
and we see the two main protagonists as babies.
We do. We see
Chad and
Alex and Chad, like I mentioned before. Why anyone would call their baby Chad? Oh, look at this. Oh, this baby's so cute. What's his name? Chad. Fuck off.
Is it short for anything? No.
It's
just Chad.
Just Chad.
We meet Nigel as well because he gets introduced. Introducing himself
Nigel
and
Griffith.
states that the bridge had taken 6 years. Sorry, tunnel. Taken 6 years, 3 banks, and 200 million.
Yeah. 6 years, 3 banks, and $200 million. Except he says it in a very pompous British accent because his name's Nigel after all.
Oh, Nigel.
Oh, hiya, Nigel. We finally did it, didn't we? Oh, yes. I don't know why I suddenly sound like this when I'm British. So, anyway. You notice as well, like the babies are there and some guy just randomly comes past and takes a photo with the babies.
Yeah.
Like, anyone want to stop that pedo? No. Anyone?
I'm presuming he's part of the press party.
Yeah, but what the babies have fuck all to do with that fucking tunnel being open, and so that's just some random guy taking a photo with some babies.
But then, if he didn't take that picture, Frank wouldn't have the picture 25 years later to show Alex.
Oh, was that the same picture?
Yeah.
So was it Frank taking the picture?
That wasn't Frank, I don't think. I don't know how we got hold of the guy, like some random guy, but yeah, there you go.
And then, so why is her mum dressed like bloody Jackie O, like bloody JFK's wife?
Like 50s?
Would it be the 60s? I'm absolutely terrible at maths. So this was 1991. What's
I've got to say, 5, is it?
It would be in the 60s then.
Yeah, mid to late 60s.
Right. When Paul, the dad, gives his speech, you notice he just sounds bored as hell. Like I say, like
the whole film is like that, mate.
When he's like, oh yeah, we come here to the opening of this bridge, not even a bridge, keep calling it bridge, it's a tunnel.
I don't know.
So we come here to the opening of this tunnel. Let's get the big scissors out, shall we? Nigel, follow me, come on. Big scissor time. Bridge is open. I'm bored. I'm going home.
Yeah, it just mentions a little bit, doesn't it, about bringing America and China together.
Why is he even building the fucking thing anyway? Why can't the Hong Kong government be building their own tunnels?
Happens in real life, stuff like that.
Well, I get like obviously they're a contractor and that and what have you, but it's like if they needed extra money, could they not have just gone to the government to say your tunnel's going to cost more before?
But as a real life example, China have actually built loads of like universities, other government buildings in Africa and different places, so they can basically take the ownership of that.
Yeah, and they
still spend billions and billions that the country can't afford to pay.
You build the roads and stuff.
And then after so long to go, well, you owe us all this money, we'll just take that section of land off you. Money in it somewhere down the line. Like you say, don't do it for free, do you?
Well, there's got to be money in it somewhere because that's kind of somehow their motivation in all this, but I don't quite get where the money comes from.
Yeah.
So anyway, they leave there, don't they? And they're riding home in convoy. You've got you also meet Frank as well when you're there, the American fella, who's
like bodyguard, isn't it? Head security.
Paul's bodyguard, yeah. So it's kind of like things are all wrapping up, and because he finished the tunnel now, it sounds like Frank's possibly going to be leaving them soon. Because I did like as well, because like obviously it's an era before cell phones are widespread and stuff, and obviously it's supposed to be in the 60s, 25 years before. But they're on radios talking like you would on like phone,
CB radio, isn't it?
Yeah, they're both talking in the CB radio. So he's saying that like basically Frank, his bodyguard, can fuck off for the night. And he says, "Oh, I left you a little parcel underneath the chair." And she pulls it out, and I do like when he says like, "I like the banter." They have a bit about the nice cigar box, but it's cheap and it's empty.
No cigars.
No cigars in it. But because that kind of cigar box comes back later on, doesn't it?
It certainly does, mate.
But
certainly does.
Again, when we get to that, I have some questions about that cigar box.
Yeah, same. Ages well, doesn't it?
Yeah, and of all the nights to let your security go home early as well. Of all the bloody nights.
That's it, because Paul looks in the mirror behind him and sees a similar car behind him.
Yeah.
And soon discovers it's not Frank, and in fact, there's a different car chasing them. And I've got to give props to the driver who was driving Frank's car. And when he found out it's not him behind him.
Yeah.
He 180'd it in the street, drives off like a bloody Colin McRae on a rally scene or something, just sliding it everywhere. I was like,
clearly not Frank, is it?
driving there, yeah, good driver. You can clearly see it's not Frank because it's a convertible. You can see some big guy sat in there who's like hinged up. It's like Wreck-It Ralph sitting in the freaking car.
Well, yeah, like I do like that though when because he comes over the radio and he says, "Oh, Frank, I thought I told you to fuck off for the night," and he goes, "I did, yeah." Huh? And then, like you say, he does a spin, but then we come to the ambush, don't we? And there's a bunch of people across the way and blocking the way, should I say, with their cars, guns out, and all stuff like that. And then I think doesn't Frank come over the radio and goes, "Don't get out the car. Whatever you do, don't get out the fucking car."
Was the car bulletproof?
I don't know.
They shot the glass a few times, the front window screen especially, and it didn't go through by the looks of it. It looks like there's a few cracks.
It
hits it with a shotgun. Fair enough, it's a bit of distance with a shotgun, so it's like more of a buckshot, isn't it?
Yeah, it had some good grouping for a shotgun though from that distance. But it looked to me like that guy, Moon, is that his name? The guy with the shotgun. I don't think it looks to me like he'd never used a shotgun before. The way he's holding it and stuff, he just looked a bit odd. I don't know if it's just because he's an odd character anyway. I
think he was going for like the psychopath look.
Yeah, but he definitely plays it well because
he really does, mate.
He does
really
look like a psycho. Well, yeah, so they just start shooting at him. But mate, the one thing I like about this scene is
I was about to say, okay, I've put up down my notes, like, what caliber guns were they using? They had pistols in the hand, right, where they can, or like a 6-shooter.
Yeah.
Right? And when the bullets hit the bodies, it was like a 50 cal sniper rifle with armor piercing. The arm of Frank was literally just hanging on by like a limb after being shot once. Like, yeah, what's happening here? It's like parts of his body's exploding.
Yeah, there was just holes everywhere in him. He was just... And did you see, like, when... Because obviously Frank's turned around and he's come back and he comes up, like, all gun shooting, but then he sees the bodies, doesn't he? And did you see him in a pile?
The mum's head?
Yeah, just, like, blood everywhere. It was like a pool of blood and all stuff like that. And I'm thinking, oh, my God.
That's why it's an 18, mate.
Aye, just from that alone.
Yeah, because Moon walks over with a shotgun. The mum's like, what happened to my babies? Well, one's going to be put in a French orphanage and the other one's getting a boat back to bloody America.
Well... And a stop off at France first, because obviously we need to explain why he's got a French accent.
But yeah, so Moon just like pops her in the head with a shotgun.
Like, what will happen to my babies? You'll never know.
Yeah. And then as Moon goes for the babies, Frank turns up with his auto-aim bloody pistol shooting.
Just out the side.
Yeah, everybody's like got stormtrooper aiming. Frank comes along with auto-aim. It's like, boom, boom, boom.
He's definitely running cheats on there, isn't he?
5 kills out of 5 shots. What's going on here? Then obviously it hits the headlight a couple of times, which goes back on.
That's obviously why he's security enabled. But put yourself in this situation, right? You pull up in your car and there's this ambush, right?
Yeah.
What have you? Would you get out the car?
I'll put it in reverse, mate.
I would. Or I'd use the car as a weapon. I'd drive. The guy stood there with a shotgun. I would be driving towards him.
Oh, yeah, I'll put my foot down. I'm dead anyway, so.
I'd probably be ducked down, but I would definitely like plow the car into someone and then I'd get my gun out and start shooting them.
Your wife and kids are in there, mate.
I definitely wouldn't as well, because like it's almost like when he gets out of the car and he's shooting at the guys in front of him, and then the guys behind him that were following him kind of catch up, and it's like, dude, did you forget there were people following you at one point?
I think they did.
Because it's like he's almost surprised when people come up behind him and start shooting at him, and it's like, well, surely you expected that there was going to be guys pulling up behind you shooting, because you had even said to Frank on the radio, is that you behind us?
Yeah.
And that's what set us the suspicions in the first place.
Would you go straight home, though?
What do you mean?
Would you not go somewhere else? If you see a suspicious car, if you're like a high-value target, see a suspicious car behind you, would you go to home? Because I personally would be thinking, right, okay, there's got to be somebody waiting for me to get back. But
Yeah,
I'll drive off
possibly.
somewhere else where it's a busy place,
The thing is,
more populated.
you almost have that kind of sense with home, don't you? That it's kind of the place you want to be, where you feel the safest. So I think subconsciously you might just want to get home as quickly as you can. But I know what you're saying. If you were classed as a high-value target to the point where you had your own security, then yeah, maybe I would maybe take a few random turns to see if that car behind me was actually following me.
If it was, I'd go to some like high-populated area.
Yeah.
But where a gunshot won't start going off, and then I'll wait around a little bit, and then maybe go home. I'll say to Frank, do me a favour, go check the house out. That's what I'm paying you for.
Yeah.
I'll do a little rendezvous up ahead.
They had some good foresight though to stage the ambush there. So he must take the same route home every night. Which again, if I was his security, be like, well, you never take the same route. You don't be predictable.
Yeah.
Like Frank should have said to him at that point, never take the same route home. Always mix it up a bit.
Yeah, but then the story won't happen then.
Well,
would
then, yeah, we wouldn't have had the film.
It'll be like they'll be waiting there. This is how the film ends up. Like,
I thought you said he comes back past here every night.
where was it?
Where's that fucking Nigel? Nigel, get over here! I thought you said that he comes this way every fucking night. I've got Moon over there with his shotgun getting twitchy.
He's getting twitchy. He's gonna kill his own guys again. We'll talk about that again later.
Jesus.
But then Frank tells the childminder to get the kids, plural kids, to safety, and she runs off with one. It's like, what's going on here? If Frank's turned around, I was like, fuck she off.
She just get the hell out of here with the kids. Like he's like, she does looking in the back, and it's like, left one. Like, Jesus Christ. It's a good job your employers have just been killed because I'd be reporting you.
He was sacked.
Yeah. But, oh my God, so then he decides to nick a baby, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And then he runs off, and that's when he sees Nigel, doesn't he? And he goes, well, not before shooting Moon in the face, obviously.
Yeah, because that's when he gets a big scar. We see a little bit later on as well.
One thing as well, right? So Moon gets shot in the face, right? And then he comes up, and he's got like obviously a hole inside of his face. And then with the glass, when why not just shoot through the glass? He starts hitting it with his gun.
That looked fake to you.
It looked fake as fuck.
It looked like a puppet or something. I don't know, because obviously with his face mangled up and that, but when he was putting his hand through the glass, it didn't look like it was a real human putting the hand through the glass. It looked like it was more weird. I think it's just like a bad camera angle or something.
Why didn't he just shoot through the glass? Random. Anyway.
Yeah. But like you say, the next point we see the childminder drops off Alex at the French orphanage whilst Frank gets a fishing boat back to France. So, yeah, you don't see him driving off for anything. Why would he get on a fishing boat randomly?
So as well, right? So exactly what? So why she goes to the orphanage? Why, like I mentioned before, why doesn't she go to the police? And obviously he fucks off in his fishing boat, right?
Yeah.
And was part of the plan? Would he trying to kill the kids at that point? Because why didn't he go to the police? Why didn't someone go to the police? Surely the police would have turned up and gone, "Hold on, right? There's a big shootout here. The 2 kids that they had are missing. The nanny's missing.
Frank's car's on the drive. What Frank's missing?
Frank's car's gone." So it looks to me that Frank and the nanny are having an affair, killed the parents, and fucked off with the kids. Not to mention the nanny, who's the worst nanny in the world, is just on the kid off for the orphanage. She may as well just sold him down the market, or just left him in a dumpster somewhere. Dumpster baby.
Oh my God, it cracks me up.
Well, I did notice that they're like, we need to cut to a scene where we realise it's a French orphanage and they're singing. Yeah,
they have to throw that in.
And it's like bonjour, and the nun's like bonjour, hello, bonjour.
Fake, isn't it? It's like,
and it's like because
like a dub, wasn't it?
French orphanage in Hong Kong. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah,
You do.
Yeah. And we'll raise him French. We'll not only that, we'll give him the French accent as well.
Yeah, I'm calling him a French name like Alex.
Yeah,
coincidental.
Yeah, it just happened. Yeah, maybe when he grew older. Right, baby number 2. What did you say your name was? Can you remember? Yeah, hey, my mum used to call me Alex. Oh, she got shot in the face.
And then it goes 25 years later. Now we're in Hollywood, and we see Chad is all grown up, finger blasting a bird in the gym.
Mate, I thought he was banging her at first.
It does like a weird POV of the bird's face of him like hovering over her, looking like dead creep, was like really in his face, leaning over. But then you see like her getting all stretched out, and then his arms run down.
Hey, it didn't leave much to the imagination, that little strip, did it?
Yeah, is it yoga he was doing?
I don't know what the hell he was doing to her.
I don't know what it is. It's like, because she was down on the floor getting finger blasted, and then there's about 8 birds watching. Like, we're not here.
Well, that's it. And I just put here banging a woman in front of a crowd, and I was like, yeah, I was thinking that. And he's wearing all pink and lycra and all this stuff, and then he says, "Oh, I've got such good legs, and I do karate, so I can do the splits." And that's when I'm like, does this guy have genitals?
Yeah,
because I did pay close attention, and I could not see any danglies. I
wasn't paying that much attention.
I do think as the legs go up, so do the genitals as they come down. So Van Damme, if you're out there, tell me how it's done, please.
You get obsessed with someone like the wrong stuff.
Oh, I know. But yeah, and then He's to me, yeah, like you say, he kind of cuts to this scene, and it's supposed to be 25 years later. But would you say in this film that Van Damme looks 25? I put him down that he looks about 35.
Good point, actually. Yeah,
because he was 6 months old when they were at the beginning, so 25 years later. So they're coming up to the 26th birthday. There's no way these two are 25.
Do you know what? I actually want to figure out now how old he actually would have been.
How old would he have been? Have a look.
Have a look, yeah.
Yeah.
Turns out he was 30.
Yeah. 1960 he was born, yeah. So, yeah, by the time they filmed this, probably 1990 filming, maybe.
Yeah, 30, 31.
Yeah, I'd have said he was older, but definitely older than 25, which he is. But, you know, I don't know why. Why?
One thing that's really weird.
Well,
I don't know if you get this feeling as well, but it's like when you watch older films, you watched it as a kid.
Yeah.
Right? So I watched this for the first time. I was probably about 12 or something when I first watched it. Right? And then you watch it now as our age. So we're like 38. And the actors that you watched when you were a kid are actually younger, like 10 years younger than what you are now.
Yeah, but I still feel like they're older than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get me?
I do get you. Because I feel like in this film that Jean-Claude Van Damme is older than me now.
Yeah.
But he's not. He's actually, like you say, technically in real life, he's 8 years younger. But in the film, he's even younger than that. He's like, what, 13 years younger than me?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be in the film.
It's weird, isn't it? It's a little headless, isn't it? Because you watch it as a kid.
Yeah.
You think, oh, they're dead old and stuff like that.
I wonder if that's why when we did Beethoven and Rice's character, I wonder if that's why I think she looked like 40, because when the film was released, she was older than me. And then looking back now, I'm like, that bitch is 40. Maybe it could be. I wonder if that's a genuine kind of thing. Plus, I see like people back then and stuff like. I think he must have just been like the way he dressed and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
It was almost like being 30 back in the day was probably like being 50 nowadays.
Yeah, they used to use literally younger kids, dress them older to make them look older, and then they went through a period of time where they got 30-year-old to play a 15-year-old, etc. Like Saved by the Bell, for an example. You know what I mean? They're all like 45, but they're playing someone who's like 19 or 17 or something.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's just, well, I wonder if that's like kind of a psychological, and you know, someone out there might know. Like, subscribe, comment, leave us a comment, let us know if you know. The other thing as well is going back to the splits, right? I want to know, do the women actually find men being able to do the splits attractive? As a man, I'd like a woman to be able to do the splits because obviously, you know.
Yeah, maneuvers and stuff. Yeah.
But because they're all, when he does the splits, all the women kind of sat around him in a horseshoe and they all kind of lean forward like, oh, all swooning over him because he can do the split. And it's like, do you think as well, because he loves to show that he does the splits, do you think he does the splits in every class that they take with him?
Probably, yeah, because he does it in every single bleeding film.
He has to be mentioned or seen in every bloody film. I mean, even in Time Cop, they have balloons.
Universal Soldier, I swear he does that in that.
Does it?
I think so, yeah.
Mate, I've not seen Universal Soldier since I was about a fetus.
That film. That's 6.1.
I think I remember watching it in my mum's womb.
0.1 that film.
We can't do it.
Really do.
Might have to make an exception on that.
I know.
If everyone's out there, if you wanted to do Universal Soldier, just start review bombing on IMDb.
Yeah.
Down.
Or just let us know in comments as well. Just put like a Universal Soldier or something like that. You want to see it get done. We'll do it. Okay, back to the film anyway, what we're trying to review for today.
Well, I did put as well that it were barely 10 minutes in and he's already done the split.
Yeah.
So.
First scene that is in.
Pretty much, yeah.
The first
it literally is, yeah. It's literally the first scene he's in as an adult, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, they recorded it 25 years early because that is Baby Van Damme that they're filming.
Yeah, so yeah, the whole film actually took like 30 years to record.
They had to take a pause, yeah.
Yeah. Why are some of the karate keys pink?
I put that as well. And like the guy from Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
Because you notice he's like being all obviously British and he's holding his, all right, yeah. I can't do a Cockney, but you know what I mean. And he's there like
proper Cockney accent.
Yeah, trying to, with his long hair, and he's like the way he's holding him like that. I'm like Clockwork fucking Orange, but yeah, and he's taking the piss out of Van Damme for being in his ballet costume or whatever. But I'm like, dude, you're wearing a pink dressing gown.
Yeah, well, he was meant to be like the bully who was like picking on somebody else who was wearing a white gi, which like should be
what are they called?
What
are they called?
Gi.
A gi.
Yeah.
Gi.
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 Yeah.
G-E-E.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know how you pronounce it, spell it like, but yeah, I put it down G-W.
I just always thought they were dressing gowns.
Dressing gowns, like judo and stuff.
Oh,
Does judo have different colours?
What did my grandma used to call it? A house coat.
Oh.
House coat.
That's a good thing, that, because judo do have different colours. Well, you can have like blue anyway for judos.
Well, Frank was wearing
Jiu-jitsu wears a different one, but you don't get a black one and you don't get pink one.
And yellow as well.
Oh, yellow. It's normally the belts what change colours in karate, not the gi.
I'm wondering if maybe someone had like thrown in a red t-shirt with maybe
That's what it looked like.
Maybe just wash them all at once and just
like,
kind of
shit. Who's left the pink sock in the washing?
Yeah. But even Frank had a grey one, didn't he?
Yeah, like a dirty denim grey.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Is it me? Was Frank's face made out of rubber?
It was really weird, wasn't it?
It's the weirdest face I've ever seen. It was like, you look at it and it looked like you could take his cheek and just stretch it out. That's how rubbery he looked.
A bit like Spitting Image.
Yeah. Yeah. I think somewhere in my notes I've put he looks like Spitting Image.
Yeah.
He does look like he's wearing a mask.
But the whole scene is to show you that he knows martial arts.
Yeah.
Because they own the karate.
Oh, yeah. The Beverly Hills Karate Dojo.
Yeah, whatever you call them. But, so he owns the karate place.
And then Frank's meeting with some random Chinese guy and he's giving him pictures.
Yeah. We see Alex growing up now in Hong Kong, don't we? He's been tracked down.
And it's like, oh, it's definitely him. And it's like, yeah, of course it is. He looks the same as Chad. It's like,
it is literally Chad.
Yeah. And then this is one of the best bits, right? That this just doesn't make sense to me, right? So he calls Chad up to the office.
Yeah, come on, I've got this as well.
He says, we need to go to Hong Kong. And I think he gives him a slight reason, we've
got business over there.
You've got business over there. And he's like, well, we've got a studio to run here and stuff like that. And he said, well, this is like chump change compared to what's out there. So he doesn't explain it very well. And he goes, and another thing, I'm not your uncle. And you were raised in France. And then he has the audacity to say, have I ever given you a reason not to trust me? And it's like, yeah, like 2 seconds ago when you told me you weren't my uncle and I have a brother in Hong Kong and that
you've been lying to me all this time.
And then I was raised in France. I was wondering where I got this French accent from. Is that what you had as well? It's like,
I picked something like that straight away. It's like,
have I ever given you a reason not to trust me? Yeah, just now.
Yeah. Quite a big part of my life is a lie.
But Chad, I get the impression that he's a few he's a few pence short of a pound. He's like he's not the sharpest tool in the shed because he's just like, okay, yeah, Hong Kong, oh yeah.
That's like, it's like, how about the last 25 years you've been lying to him?
I know.
Oh, do you know your mum and dad, like, they went on holiday and didn't come back for you? No, they got assassinated on the doorstep. Your mum got her head blew off by some crazy Chinese dude.
And then some nanny ran off with your brother and pawned him off. And
just pawned him off.
Took him to a pawn shop somewhere.
Oh, my God.
In Hong Kong.
Yeah, and then we move off into Hong Kong now, don't we? To get the flight over.
Yeah.
And
planes
JCVD's...
fly that low over the city?
What?
Planes fly that low over the city in real life?
Yeah. Oh, it was taken off, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah.
Because I just seen
it. Just like just cruising around at that.
Canal, that was low. I'm like,
it was like a 45-degree angle, surely it was taking off.
No, I know, but it was low.
It was taking off.
No, I know, but it was low is the point I'm getting at. It looked almost like a dough.
So do you think like they paid half of the build budget to some pilot and say, do us a favour, mate, just do a flyby?
Just do us a really low flyby, yeah. No.
She was a Boeing like 747 to risk 160 people's lives for you, 500 grand. So now we're in Hong Kong, aren't we? And JCVD is doing a pretty bad American accent, isn't there?
Not what he was supposed to be. Oh, mate.
Because we don't actually see Alex yet, do you? They go into some like little dive bar, and Chad wants to go back to the hotel for a shower and shave, even though he's got a clean shave as it is.
He's so pompous, isn't he? In this?
Yeah, and they make the point of this as well. It's like, let's go back for a shower and shave. Yeah. He's like doing that. It's like, mate, you got a clean shave as it is.
How long till we get back to the hotel? But it's the clothes he's wearing as well that gets me.
Oh, bright pink shorts.
Bright pink shorts, white socks pulled up to his fucking testicles, and a green t-shirt on.
Yeah.
Oh, I had to mention Van Damme's testicles again. Can't help myself. I'm sorry.
It's got to be mentioned a few times.
I've got a problem. I've clearly got a problem.
Then we see some random angry Chinese guy coming over shouting. He's got his hand, hasn't he, in his coat pocket. So Frank's like, oh, he's got a gun on him or something. Pulls out a wad of cash, gives it Chad, and Chad's like, oh, I love China. It's great.
Yeah. I love Hong Kong. Random people just come up giving me money.
Yeah.
Because I thought that by this point, Frank had told him that he's got a twin brother over there, but obviously he's not.
Still not yet.
But you think that would have like been one of the first things you freaking mentioned, wouldn't you? Like, look, here's a picture. They'd be like, oh, that's not me. I've never been told. Well, no shit, it's your twin brother.
Yeah.
And maybe given some of the backstory as to why he's taken him to Hong Kong. But no, it's like he wanted to be a surprise.
Surprise! And we got that, didn't we? Bloody hell. We get introduced to Danielle as well, which is Alex's love interest.
I thought that was a man in a dress at first.
He answered that.
I honestly, God, thought it was...
She isn't feminine looking.
No, not in that first scene. Obviously, later on when she's got her baps out, I'm like, all right, then, yeah.
Yeah, she's got the right figure, to be fair.
She had some nice tits.
Yeah. so that's Alex's love interest.
Anyway, yeah.
And then she looks him up and down, does like the finger thing, saying like, no, come follow me. Very nice, walks off. Chad gives a chase to the back room, as you would, no, just like a little dog on heat, wasn't there?
Yeah, but
she pushes him.
How often do you think they play like these kind of love games and shit? Because if that was Hannah, and I was there and I just arrived, she wouldn't come over all sexy like this. And like, I don't know if that just says a relationship, but
I think you're right there, mate. I don't think it happens to the average person.
You're right. What the fuck are you wearing, you dickhead? There won't be none of this. Like she hasn't seen me in like 3 years.
Yeah, like I say, she pushes him up against the wall and like starts rubbing his cock straight away. Chad's like loving it. And then just as Chad says, he's got a huge surprise for her. Hand comes over his shoulder, turns around, and what do we see? Identical to Alex with a headbutt.
Yeah, gets headbutted. But did you see the quick flash of a scene when he turns around and sees Alex? And he goes, mouth open like,
oh, what's going on?
And then gets twatted in the face.
I mean, like I say, if you put yourself there in Chad's situation, so who you thought was your uncle has been lying for you for 25 years.
Yep.
So you follow him to Hong Kong, no questions asked.
Yep.
You get to Hong Kong, you go to some like little shitty dive bar, and then some man in drag tells you just come into the back room. So you're like, right, cool, I'll run off over there, like a dog on heat. And then you turn around and you're like, oh, fucking hell, looking in the mirror, what's going on? Except he's got a slip back.
Just been ahead.
Do you know what I mean? He must be confused as fuck, the poor guy.
And chewing on a cigar in the side of his mouth.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
He must be confused to hell. It's like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah.
And it's like you say, going back to Frank's little quote before, I would give you anything to like doubt me or anything. Like, yeah, why didn't you tell me I got a frigging brother before I got ambushed in the back of the room?
Next year, I'm surprised at one point we didn't find out that Frank was actually banging the mum and that he's the dad of the twins.
Wouldn't
that would have been a better
Wouldn't surprise me. But, and then we see it as well, don't we? Like, Alex is a bit of a douche as well, so he's obviously a woman beater. He comes in, kicking off with Danielle, saying like, what, you couldn't tell it wasn't me? You're identical twins, mate. The only difference is you got a fucking slip back.
You're literally the same effing person.
Yeah.
Literally the same person.
Yeah.
And it's like, you should know I would never wear these how you'll say, sorry, I'm trying to do my French accent. How you'll say these black silk underwear, and he's got this smaller penis, and it's like, no, it's the same. I felt it.
That's what it was like. I would never wear silk underwear. He looks like I can't really say it because it's a term that we can't really use for gays anymore.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was a popular one they used to say.
A bundle of sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you call a bundle of sticks?
Yeah.
What's that?
Faggot. Faggot is called. Google it. It's a bundle of sticks. He's
but anyway, back in the day, that was a term we used to get slung around.
Yeah.
That's sorry, man. I staged you up there.
I knew what you were doing.
I know. Using it for a different term.
But it's like to be fair on Alex, he's walked into the back and his missus is there literally giving some random guy in pink shorts, white socks and green t-shirt a hand job out of nowhere. In his office as well.
Yeah. Then soon as he gets knocked out, see him noting like the next cutscene, Frank comes in, tells the twins that they're your brothers.
No,
and none of them believe it.
It's like, look at him, you look exactly the same. And it's like, you clearly twins, you're the same person.
Yeah.
You just got your hair slicked back.
Alex's excuse is, right, he's not my brother because he wears silk underwear.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to be a brother of somebody who wears silk underwear. I don't think what you wear as clothing is going to determine your genetics.
He wasn't born with silk underwear.
It might have been like silver spoon in the mouth, definitely.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, it's and then I want to know how like Frank's son even gets into the back with them and so on does anyway, but even so, and then Frank starts like shouting at the top of his lungs about how they're the kids of his ex-employer that were killed.
Yeah.
And all stuff like just anyone could hit over here, and then they're talking about how they want to take down this and take back what's rightfully theirs. But that's the whole thing of this. It's like, what is rightfully theirs? I don't get it. It's surely some kind of tunnel would be a matter for the government, like I said before. So what exactly are they fighting for? What?
I don't know, mate, but it turned out to be based. Well, Frank actually says something, doesn't he? Like Nigel got a loan from the Chinese triads. That's where the money difficulty came into. And then triads were to kill a whole family, but they messed up and 2 boys got away. And they have a stake in some type of tunnel. Yeah. Right? But instead of actual going down the legal route or anything like that, they became international terrorists instead.
Well, yeah, basically, yeah.
It's like, I mean, I'm sure you can't do that.
Like you say, surely, like, even at the very least, there should be some kind of inheritance waiting for them, because the parents seemed quite well off, and obviously they were murdered, and they know it will have been documented that they had kids, they had twin kids, so why couldn't they have just gone down to like the local government building or whatever and say, look, they're our parents, do a DNA test or whatever?
I mean, technically, wouldn't a Frank done it?
Well,
he's like, their parent, here's Chad, gone when he gets back to America or to wherever, and says like,
yeah,
here's Chad, the only heir to the, obviously, inheritance, because we don't know what happened to the other brother.
Wagner's, whoever they're supposed to be called, yeah.
Yeah, because technically, yeah, he's actually kidnapped him, hasn't he?
Well, yeah, technically,
on paper.
Yeah. Technically, because I imagine, like, the Wagners, I think that's what they were called, have probably family out there somewhere, so shouldn't, like obviously, Nanny Fuckface has gone and on Alex, but like you say, he fucked off with them, so as soon as he left Hong Kong, surely he would have been safe, and he could have, like, said, I'll take him to the family. But yeah, he's literally took a baby, kidnapped it across international borders, and by the sounds of it, several international borders. Took it from Hong Kong to France to America.
Yes, he kidnapped and then human traffics him to America.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Yeah, that's human trafficking.
We start a new life.
Yeah. You think he would have gone to either the authorities or something before he left Hong Kong, or tried to seek out kind of Chad and Alex's family to say, you know,
definitely
I've got your nephew or your godson, or you I don't know, you.
There's something that doesn't add up, isn't there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The next scene as well.
Again, like going back, it's almost like they just had the idea to do a double Van Damme film, and then just thought we'd fill in the story as we go. Where's a good location? Hong Kong.
Yeah, it's cheap at
tax
the time.
reasons. Yeah.
So not though, is it, for the budget? And
then for some reason they decide to go on a boat.
I don't understand this. This is what I was just about to say. The next scene we see them on a boat.
Yeah.
And this is where they're going. Are they sailing to China? They don't really go into any difference, because the next scene after off the boat, they're in Hong Kong still.
Yeah, so I think what they're doing, because they're trying to sell some merchandise that isn't available in China. I think
that wasn't part of their journey being on the boat. That was Alex just being a little Del boy.
Well, exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I don't get. It's like they say, right, well, Frank explains about what's going on, and that they've got money there that they can go and get and stuff. And he's like, it's almost like, okay, let's do it. And then, like you say, next thing is they're on a boat, and like Alex is just doing his Del boy shit. And it's like, well, what's that got to do with anything to do with the plan, other than giving us a bit of a backstory that Alex is, like you say, a fucking Del boy.
What pointless scene, really, isn't it?
It really is.
Nothing really happens, because, like you said, they're on the boat. Turns out Alex is selling some cars what are full of, I think they're full of cocaine as well. We'll find out a little bit later on. But they got dodgy goods on there as well.
Because I don't think he's selling drugs for them.
Oh, because Zhang says later on, as I heard about your car.
Yeah.
But so they got boats. They're on boats, selling cars as you do, like, do you know what I mean? Because another boat comes over.
How are they planning on getting the Mercedes from one boat to the other? Because that was the other thing I was wondering, because he reveals that they're there on the boat, and you don't know. All of a sudden, somebody's like, say, we're on this fucking boat, and Alex goes to the back and takes the covers off to Mercedes, and you're like,
Yeah.
all right then. And he's like, oh, they can't get these in China, so I'm selling them to these guys. But how are you gonna? Is everyone just gonna say, right, 1, 2, 3, pass it over, or are they gonna swap boats with the guy? What's the plan there?
Zoomed. They would have gone back to back and got planks of wood and try and drive them across. But that's logistics we don't really see.
Surely
so.
there's easier ways.
Yeah, we'll do it on land maybe, you know what I mean? Not like in the middle of the sea.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I say, all right, I'll meet you at the shore.
Just pick a
that'd be an
plane,
easy way to do it, for sure.
Not in the middle of the sea, in the middle of a harbour, in the middle of everyone.
Yeah, and then the Chinese police turn up, don't they? And Frank starts shooting the shit out of everybody for no reason. Meanwhile, Alex is choking people out with one hand. And the bit when Alex nods to the guy to like jump out in the water himself,
Yeah.
like beats everybody, goes, go on, you know what to do, mate, you know what to do. Chad's being more of a pussy and pushes cars into the water with Frank.
Yeah.
Then, obviously, it turns out the cars are covered in C4 because there's like 3 shots in the boot of the car. Bloody both cars blow up, even though one got shot.
Yeah. It's like, why when the police come, do the smuggler guys just automatically think that it's him that set them up and pulls out that little revolver in his face? Just like, chill out, let's work together here. We're both in as much shit as each other.
Yeah, obviously not friends, are they?
You set us up! And then he karate chops the gun out of his face, and it's kind of like, you're lucky that thing didn't go off. And like you're saying, then Frank's wielding an M16.
Just pulls out, starts lacing everybody up.
But you've got the police literally 100 yards away. They know you're there because they're shouting, harbour police, get down or whatever. And then Frank just decides to go full on Johnny J. Rambo, killing everyone. And he's just like, all right, you're clearly just doing that in front of the police. It's like,
you commit murder, you got kidnap and murder now on your charge.
Yeah, so the guy on the boat's probably just looking through the binoculars going, what the hell's going on over there?
Like there's just war just broke out.
Yeah, there's just some bald guy with a rubber face mask on, because that's what Frank looks like, just going to town on everyone. So obviously the deal's gone bad. But it's like then it's like the world's slowest escape from the police. We can outrun them in the big boat, are you? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think you are, mate.
You
You've
really
got like
really not. Even like, and then Chad, obviously he comes dressed for the occasion in his salmon pink shirt and tie, and it's just like, again, just trying to push the fact that he's a bit pompous because he's obviously, but again, Frank's raised him.
Yeah.
Frank's made him into this bloody snowflake, pompous Beverly Hills little prick.
Yeah, it definitely has, mate. So,
and then kind of chastises him along the way, saying, we've not got the concierge when they go to the hotel and all that kind of thing. And it's like, dude, you raised this guy. He's the product
does that
of
quite
you.
a lot, you know. Have you noticed throughout the film as well? He takes Alex's side more than Chad's as well.
Yeah.
He's like, do you know what I like, Chad? I mean, Alex is a bit more of a badass.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He does. He kind of takes his side, doesn't he, all the time?
Because when he comes back later on at the hotel, he even shouts like, honey, we're home.
Yeah.
To Alex, into Chad, as he's been out hunting with Alex. Too many Van Dams.
Oh no, too many.
Head's hurting.
Like the fight scene when it all kicks off on the boat when the police come. It's a bit shit. Like even at one point, one of the Chinese fellas who he was doing the sale with, literally runs over to him with his what that's called then, his fist clenched.
Oh, you forgot what your fist was called.
Yeah, I forgot what my fist was called. So he runs over like this with his fist out, ready to punch him, and he's just like, "Come on,
it is bad." I thought the whole scene didn't need to be in there.
It didn't need to be in there.
Bad.
And then why, when they pushed the cars off the boat, what did they? I know they were doing it to try and make it so the boat will go a little bit faster for them, get rid of some weight.
I don't think it will go that much quicker though, realistically.
Not really. And then Frank starts shooting them and they blow up. And then for some reason that stops the Coast Guard. But you're in a big body of water. The cars are in the middle there and they set on fire, right? So then I'm like, why does the Coast Guard boat just not go around them?
Yeah, just go around and carry on pursuit.
Yeah, it's not like it's in like a road pursuit where they blew up a car in the middle and there's no way around them. But you're literally in a boat and they weren't even that close to them anyway. So they could have just slightly adjusted the course and gone round.
I think there's like quarter of a mile behind, wasn't there?
I know, but Jesus Christ, you're in the middle of the water. It can't be that hard to keep up with them and to see where they go.
Yeah, and then the next bit, right? They're in the Hong Kong markets. Danielle's up there, and then talking about they need proof of this tunnel.
Yeah.
Frank's telling like the plan about this tunnel. And it happens to be, what is the chances of this, right? So we always talk about like the chances of things, no, just on off chance that this happens, no, for the storyline and the plot. Okay. Bear with me on this one. So we got 2 kids whose family was murdered 25 years ago, right? One by the triads, but double crossed by Nigel.
Nigel Griffith is this.
Yep. So 25 years later, Frank and Chad go to Hong Kong, find Alex, right, who happens to work for Zhang, who killed his family.
Parents, yeah.
And his bird works for Nigel, who happens to kill his family.
Coincidences.
Is that too much of a coincidence in the whole of Hong Kong? When, bearing in mind, he grew up in an orphanage.
Yeah.
Right? So, do you know what I mean? It's not like he's worked for him to deceive him. He hasn't got a frigging clue.
No, up until this point, he didn't know. He didn't know. I very much doubt he would have been working for Zhang if he knew that he was responsible for killing his parents. Yeah, small bloody world.
Talk about a small world, mate. I mean, what's the chances he went rogue, though, after being grown up in the orphanage? He could have been like a successful businessman. What would happen then if he like owned a couple of properties? Or was a used car salesman who didn't know how to fight?
I know.
And he turns up, Frankie goes, "Oh, your parents are all murdered by this guy." And I was like, "Oh, I don't do with that." No.
I don't give a fuck.
That film done.
No, it would have been like, your family been murdered, we need to go after them. No, but it's...
It's pretty much, isn't it? It's like, right, tell the police then. No, I can't tell the police. Why can't you tell the police? It's a little problem. I kidnapped your brother as a baby.
And
trafficked him to the police.
Trafficked him through several countries on the way to the United States. Yeah.
When you start thinking about these things, like,
I left the scene. I left the scene of a brutal homicide with a baby. Fled the country. And trafficked him through Europe.
Yeah.
From Asia to Europe to America.
And I've got no proof of this bridge or anything, or the tunnel, shall I say. And I've got no proof of like their heirs or who they are, because like, how's he got an ID for him to start?
It's funny though, because she speaks sense and she's like, do we have any legal documentation that'll back you up? And he goes, I don't need any, girlie, I got the scars. And it's like, yeah, that still doesn't prove anything.
Yeah, it won't hold up in a court of law.
Yeah, you got shot, but that could have happened anytime. You even just said that you came from you went straight from Vietnam to working for his family. And it's like, well,
I think he's got PTSD from the Vietnam War.
Possibly, yeah.
I think the whole thing's like just made up.
But again, what's Frank getting out of this? It's like he worked for this guy for a couple of months in the 60s and kidnapped his kid, and then for some reason, what's Frank trying to get out of this?
I know. Talk about coincidental shit. So Chad gets picked up by the Chinese triad.
Yeah.
Right, who think he's Alex.
Yep.
Chad's in the car speaking with the leader, Zhang, who killed his parents.
Yep.
Then happens to pull out a cigar box with the initials. Chad's never seen this box before.
Yeah, it's never been mentioned to him that we've seen.
Frank's never told him anything about it.
Yeah.
But then he recognises it straight away. And when he sees the lighter, which has been working perfectly fine for 25 years, bear in mind, happens to not work the only time that Chad is in front of him, he throws it down on the floor and he's getting pissed off straight away.
It's like a trigger point, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like you say, he's never seen this box. He probably doesn't even know his dad's fucking initials. I mean, and he's looking at it like it's been stolen from his bedroom back home, and it's like, dude, you've never seen it. It just happens to have someone's initials on. And like you say, the lighter, and he throws it on the floor like he's just raped his mum in front of him. And it's like, I'm not being funny. And first of all, that's a pretty decent lighter. Just refill it. Don't just chuck it on the floor. Yeah. It's not a disposable one.
Well, how good condition for 25 years is the lighter? It's been working perfectly fine.
I think that Zhang fella's just doing it to fuck with him.
No, because he doesn't know it's them.
Well, surely, because he was in, last time we seen that box and the lighter, he was in the car with the parents just after he brutally murdered them.
Yeah, but he was a baby. He doesn't know that.
No, yeah, actually, no, he doesn't know that he's, yeah.
Zhang doesn't know Alex is who Alex actually is.
Yeah.
Right? And also, the whole thing is just like really ski whiff. It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't. It's like to the viewer, to us, it makes sense. But to them in the film, they shouldn't know anything about it.
No.
They shouldn't. Last time this box made an appearance and they were anywhere near it, they were literally 6 months old.
In the back seat?
Yeah.
25 years ago.
even the parents had only had the box like 2 minutes before they were brutally murdered.
And to be fair for Zhang, like, he's looked after it, hasn't he, the box?
Well,
That box was still pristine and shiny for 25 years later.
You'd think at some point he probably would have put his own fucking initials on the thing. He said, "I'd just keep
it
it
get
as."
scuffed.
Yeah. Oh, what? Sorry.
It'll get scuffed up.
Yeah.
No scuffs. It's
It
perfectly
is pristine,
polished.
yeah. And it's like I just found this random box. This is a box I took from a murder scene. This could literally tie me to a murder. This, and I just show it to everyone.
Literally is, mate. I think that's what he found on the paperwork.
What?
We'll talk about that later on as well.
A picture of Zhang holding up her dead
my
body
God.
whilst holding the box, like.
Yeah. So now we're in the container.
Yeah, have you noticed though that? Sorry, just before we move on a little bit, that Mr. Zhang, speaking of Del Boy, he dresses like fucking Del Boy.
He does, doesn't he? Coat over the top.
Well, he does. He dresses like bloody Del Trotter with his big cream coats on and stuff like that. And it's like, is it me, or when he's in the car and he's got his sunglasses on, does he look like a blind man?
He does. He does like a blind man. I swear he's got a walking pimp stick as well, hasn't he?
Oh yeah, and he's pimp stick as well.
Pimp stick, fur coat over his shoulders.
Yeah, and then obviously he says he takes who he thinks is Alex, but it's actually Chad. He takes him there because he says, "I want you to start selling drugs for me. Look, these guys over here are doing so well. They're now selling drugs." And I'm like, you brought me here to this random place to show me these random guys that don't look like they're doing any better than the tramp down the street, just to try and.
They've not got fancy cars, have they? Or
No.
anything nice?
They're just there in suits that are obviously overly big for them, and just look like a bunch of scruffy bastards. And he's like, you can come and join these guys. I'd be like, no.
Because, like you say, he even says to him, "I heard about your escapades on the boat."
Yeah.
And with the cocaine, that's what I was saying to you before about the cars. He says, like, you've sunken cocaine, that's you owe me or something like that now, or why didn't you come for me, or you're working for me now.
Oh, I just thought you were selling like contraband to the Chinese.
Oh, so I don't know if guys.
Wasn't he selling cognac, French cognac?
Oh, he said he was going to try and get him some cognac, yeah.
Yeah, because I thought that's the type of stuff that Alex was dealing with. I didn't think he was dealing with drugs at that.
Yeah, because he grew up in a French orphanage. He just happens to have the French cuisine drink.
Of course, yeah. It has to be French cognac. It couldn't be like bloody Scotch whiskey or anything, could it?
Oh my God, honestly.
Why is that contraband? Why is French cognac?
Like you say, he might not be able to get it in China.
No, yeah. But he basically says, he tells him to go fuck himself, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Literally says to him, go fuck yourself.
He gets beaten up by Moon. Then why did Moon kill his own guy
I was
again?
about to say that. Moon just kind of, he does a Black Star Ninja and kills his own men.
Yeah. I mean, if I was working for them, I'd be like, Moon's just took out Dave.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Dave.
Why am I working for you, mate? I'm going to get the union involved.
Well, exactly, because all he does is he just, I think, doesn't Van Damme or it's Chad at this point, and I think he's Alex, but Chad kind of blocks him and pushes him away, and just because he happens to fall into Moon snaps his neck.
Yeah.
And like you say, what kind of organisation are you working for when someone could just willy-nilly decide to snap your neck? But yeah, they're a lot more lenient on him. He's just told the boss to go fuck himself. All this other guy did was kind of stumble into Moon and maybe scuffed up one of his shoes or something, but then all of a sudden he deserves to die. But all Alex gets is just bashed against the container a few times.
That's what put him in notes. He starts knocking him against the container as if his car were ringing the bell.
Yeah, and he gives him a dick shot. You see the dick shot? Well, yeah, it's like, I put that. So why does the Scarface guy kill the chap in the grey suit, snaps his neck, but then when he just starts like casually just banging him against the container, and he just ding, 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 it's just like, did you have like something in your contract where you can only do so many fight scenes or something? Because come on, give us more than this. It's supposed to be a Van Damme movie, and the best fighting we've seen so far is just a goon run at someone like this with the fist up. Yeah, I remembered it this time. Fist.
Awesome, right. The thing is,
I don't get why did he not kill him? Why did he not just kill him?
It just doesn't make sense.
No. They're not bothered about killing poor Dave.
Yeah. Poor guy, you know what I mean? He's going back to his family and that. That was a rough day at work. Wow, what's happened to him?
Because that would have been a better motive for like Alex to go and get his revenge, because he's just killed his brother.
Yeah. But then there wouldn't be two of them then, would there?
No. Then it'd just be Impact.
So back at the HQ now, Frank tells if they're all for getting revenge on the killers of the parents.
Yeah.
Now he tells them, obviously, that's what got killed. Then we get a cutscene of at the office.
Is this where they sit together and the green screen is just absolutely terrible.
Pretty much, yeah. They just like sit down next to each other. Nothing really happens there, does it? It basically says we go try and get revenge and start a terrorist organization now to get revenge on the parents and get money from the bridge that they don't legally have. No, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We can't delve too much into the plot of this because there won't be anything there. So back at the office, as I said, Danielle does some terrible acting whilst at work looking for some files on the report. Meet Cara the first time, the dodgy guard who works for Nigel. And how big is that filing room? I mean, bearing in mind, the bridge paperwork is over 25 years old. I don't think it's just going to be lying around in a small folder, name, organised, bloody alphabetical order. Like, what's she searching for? 25 years ago, right? If I went into, say, a big firm company, which obviously Nigel must own a big firm because he's not it wanted, didn't it? I don't think 4 filing cabinets in a back room is going to have the information that I'm looking for.
Not from 25 years ago, no, because it would have been archived away, maybe even off site somewhere.
Yeah, in a warehouse somewhere.
I mean, they need to sort out their filing practices, definitely. Yeah, but then she's just going through randomly. And then
Teeth the tunnel.
It's like why is even it's like Cara onto her at this point because Griffith if Nigel, whatever his fucking name is, Griffith. Is he like kind of catching on to them somehow? Because I don't even get why Cara's even even bothered that she's in the filing room anyway. Surely that's a regular occurrence in her job.
Yeah, she just says like, "Why are you there?" And like I said, there's no reason for it because they've not done anything to raise suspicion yet.
Yeah, they haven't because they've not gone on the terrorist rampage yet.
No,
but then
it don't make sense actually, does it?
But then she calls Alex from the office. Because they're on the boat now, because they're trying to find a base of operations, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they're on a boat in the middle of the harbour, and he's on his mobile phone, which must have cost an arm and a bloody leg to make that call. But anyway, Alex apparently has got money to be making phone calls in 1991 on his Zach Morris phone.
That's where the budget went, mate.
Probably, yeah. But then she calls him from work to tell him.
As you do.
She's looking through the files and stuff like that.
And then they find a big abandoned hotel now, don't they, in the middle of nowhere, which you use for their secret lair. I like best scene to me personally, right?
Yeah.
On this whole film, so it's a little bit of a spoiler for later on when we give the awards out. Is when they get back to when they find this new hotel, walk in, obviously there's bird shit everywhere. Chad's complaining and right bird shit. And as he tries to walk upstairs, he gets attacked by a pigeon.
Yes. Well-trained pigeon, that, isn't it?
He's well-trained. He literally flies onto his back and said, get off me, get off me. He's like fighting it. And then the next scene, he's still stuck on his shoulder and it flies off. I'm like, what just happened there?
Do you think that was planned?
I don't know, I don't know if it just happened and then rolled with it type thing.
I think the director just sprinkled some bird food on his shoulder and said, just stay still, John. Come on.
But it's literally as he was walking up, it just flew down like a little flyby attacking him.
But it just reinforces as well the fact that Chad's just a spoiled little Beverly Hills twat because he's there walking in with his... Was he got like a Gucci bloody suit bag or something?
It reminded me of Johnny Cage on Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it did
with
actually.
The bags.
Yeah, he's carrying them all up them steps and fall. Yeah. No, it reminded me actually. Yeah.
If you're a fan of Mortal Kombat as well, we've actually covered Mortal Kombat on our podcast, haven't we? So.
Wasn't it supposed to be that Van Damme was supposed to be the person playing Johnny Cage in that film originally?
Something like that, I do believe. Yeah. There's a little link for you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they're just reinforcing and then that's when that's the gun scene that I was telling you about before, where they've got all the guns out on the table, sorting through them.
Frank was my nutting. Like you say, just in case people are not paying attention to what type of weaponry they got. You see Frank on several occasions, he just whips out like a little button, like waves a little bit, like a receiver's like, it's on this, mate. It's a C4 trigger.
He loves that thing, then he pulls out his little aerial with his little switches on.
How many times does he do it? He just flashes it all the time.
He loves
when they're
it,
going through all the weapons now, he's just looking at it, makes us aware that he's got bombs.
I reckon he just sits there at home.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. Then Chad's looking over the guns as if he knows what they are and tells Alex they've been screwed with the guns. Alex fires shots. Good to me.
Yeah, and then we have to. Then we get a little bit of a. So Frank stands up and goes, So Chad, tell us again exactly what he told you about the dock transfer. And then for some reason they decide they need to go and hit them at the dock.
Mate, I put this on the note as well, right? So for some reason, Zhang told Chad everything about the drug operation and when they'll exactly be making the next shipment.
He wrote it down for him and everything by the sounds of it. He even put like the codes to the gate and everything on there and just said, just in case you need it, before you make your decision, here's an envelope full of all the information that you're going to need. Just put that in your pocket. Now what's your answer? And he went, go fuck yourself. And he's like, oh, Moon, sort him out. Yeah. Leave him alive though.
Yeah. And at the end of it, he's like, don't forget Thursday, 9 o'clock.
Don't forget, yeah.
Just to let him know.
He may as fucking well have, because he just, yeah. And then I don't get why they even go into like fuck up the drop anyway.
I don't know.
I mean,
I think they're trying to sabotage the operation out to make them like hit them in the wallet type thing.
Why though? I mean, if they're after revenge to get information to do them for this tunnel or whatever, why are you suddenly now going on a terrorist rampage and killing like
innocent workers,
innocent henchmen? That all they're trying to do is just pay for the family. It just winds me up. It's like you want revenge on two of the people because they killed your parents, but yet you're going to kill everyone in the bloody organisation to start.
Yeah, exactly. Poor Chan, mate. He comes home from work, does everything nice and legit and that lot, gets screwed over. She goes, do you know what? There's a business opportunity here working for this guy called Zan. What do you have to do? I've just got to package a few stuff and I'll put that lot for his family. Yeah. Then Chad and Alex come along and murder him.
Yeah.
No reason. No reason whatsoever.
They weren't there 25 years ago.
No, he's not done anything wrong.
Half a man even 25 years of age.
Yeah. They were born then. Alex goes into full commando mode, stealth, killing everybody, whilst Chad just sits out on the umbrella waiting to get spotted by the car.
Basically, yeah. It's like he put some C4 on, doesn't he? Like on like a big canister, and he's got the flammable signs and don't smoke.
Did we see that then?
Eh?
Did we see the C4 getting put on it?
Yeah, because we see like no smoking sign and all that, and you see him stick it on, and then he goes over to Chad and he says, "Don't fuck this up" or something. And then Alex wanders off, and it's almost like Chad's kind of like a bit upset that he said this to him, because all he does is he just sits there then like, just looking around, just not moving. And I'm like, did he just put C4 on there? You might want to like just start,
move out of the way.
Yeah, start making your way out of there, because like he just put a bomb on that big canister you're there having a pissy fit next to.
Oh my god!
But when they first get there and there's that like guard having a fag, and he walks behind him and he goes, would that break someone's neck? Because all he does, he just taps him on the top of the forehead and kind of pushes him back, and then all of a sudden that guy's dead. Well,
I've seen chiropractors do a lot worse. People's necks pop.
If anything, he would have just gone, oh, you know what? That really helped my neck. Like, you know, I won't say anything to your ear. Go on. Yeah. Go on, you lovable scam.
I had a bad crunk in my neck all day.
Oh, twinsies. Oh, yeah. Which one's the older one? Right, go on.
What is it as well, right? Instead of actually shooting them, they throw the gun at them a lot of the times as well. It's like, here, catch. You've got a gun. They're not got their gun out, so you throw your gun at them so you can do a kick.
To be fair, that would be me. I'd be going up like, I'd be that fucking terrified going in like that. As soon as I seen someone, I'd just go, and just throw me gun at them. And they'd catch you and then they'd go, kick them.
Wait, why didn't they get silencers?
I don't know.
Or a knife.
Exactly. Or a bow and arrow or a crossbow or something silent.
Hey, Johnny J. Rambo with nuclear tips.
I mean, you're going in with guns, but you're not prepared to use them because they're going to make so much noise. Why bother taking the guns?
Yeah, it's baffling, isn't it?
But and then this is where it seems that Alex seems to have an unlimited ammo cheat, because he's there and he goes into the lab and some guys, I think Chad gets spotted or something, and then it all starts kicking off and he's there with his gun and he reaches into his pants for some reason, the front of his pants down by his cock, pulls out a clip, puts it in, and then all of a sudden he's got unlimited ammo in both his guns.
Oh yeah, that's a cheat code for him.
Yeah, and he just...
It did make me laugh, this scene.
Rolling over, shooting people, and it's just like never reloads, never runs out of ammo once.
Not only that, mate, he's having a gunfight with somebody who's literally 3 feet away on the other side of the desk. They're bobbing up like bloody pop and roll, both of them, taking shots at each other. Cocaine flying around in the air.
Yeah.
Alex looked like he's off his face on a bloody night out in Ibiza or something, because that much cocaine getting whiffed up.
Yeah,
powders of cocaine just flying everywhere. He's like, ah! His face is like, while she's shooting, it's high as fuck.
Mate. Maybe they shouldn't have brought like real cocaine onto the set. Maybe they should have like got some talcum powder or something.
Well, it was that point of the year, wasn't it? pre-workouts and cocaine in Hollywood.
Well, yeah, pretty much.
So he's probably like on his face, like,
I mean, the
16 million pounds of cocaine.
You're in Hong Kong with 16 million in the back pocket. I bet that's why Jean-Claude Van Damme was only paid 600 grand, because they were like, dude, you were going to be paid 2 million, but the rest of it was spent on bloody cocaine just for that one scene.
Yeah. You need to cut back. You need to cut back, John. You're all right.
That's how he does the splits. All the cocaine have just made his balls tiny. That's what it is. He's got tiny balls.
Honestly, some of the facial features he was pulling me on this fight, it's so funny.
Yeah. I bet they were like, yeah, it's just easy to get cocaine. We're in Hong Kong, fuck it.
It's getting real stuff. It's cheaper than getting the false stuff.
Like everybody, there's going to be cocaine vapor in the air, so try not to breathe, yeah. And it's like, that's probably why when later on they were like, you forgot to reload in that scene. Fuck it, no one's going to notice.
It's all right. I don't know. Did you see my roll? No, did you see my roll? That was well improvised.
Jesus Christ.
The director's like, what the fuck's he rolling around on the floor?
that wasn't in the scene. Roll, bang, 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 bang.
What's this racket to you guys?
He's at it again. If he's not doing the splits, he's rolling round. Jesus.
Oh shit! I'm so glad, mate. We didn't even get an ass cheek scene. Or did we later?
I don't know. We pretty much got one at the beginning when he was in them lycra fucking pants.
Honestly, every film at JCVD's in, mate, he always gets his ass out, and it's always a moonlit shot as well.
Literally.
Time Cop, balls naked on that.
Where was he naked?
Soldier, balls naked in that.
And was he naked in Time Cop? Did I block that out?
Oh, there is a scene where you see his ass cheeks and that. Like, I think when he's getting it on with his missus, it comes always like dead close to his ass.
Yeah, during his sex scene.
Follows the legs.
Maybe we do get one in this when he's picturing himself banging his missus.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, do you get one in this as well?
I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're seeing some Van Damme ass.
I told you, he gets his ass out every single film.
He does. He has to have a sex scene.
Yeah, Universal Soldier for whatever reason. I don't know why, but he's got to get naked in the bath and gets out ass cheeks.
He fucks Dolphin, that, doesn't he? Or did I make that up?
What do you mean, literally or fighting wise?
Well, doesn't he have his sex scene with him? Because I don't remember any women being in it.
No, he meets.
Never mind, like I say, I was a fetus last time I seen it.
No, he's some reporter type woman after him. He finds out he's like an android. But anyway, sorry, we can talk about that. But it's been a while since I've seen.
And then Chad, who's just been sat there, just staying out of everything. Suddenly gets a red dot on him, and it's like, what I don't get is what the guy's there, and he puts his red dot on. He's like, he probably walks up and he thinks like, this guy's been killing all my friends. I'm gonna walk over, but before I do, I just want to test out this laser. And just point it at him and then moves it up. It's like, dude, just shoot him. Shoot him. What are you doing? Shoot him. Huh?
Cliche.
It is a cliche. And then they're there, and he's like, oh no, what are you gonna do? And then it turns out that Frank's sat back with a sniper rifle and his little switch.
Yeah, it got switch out, flicking it off.
He's got his rifle with the world's biggest scope on it for like the smallest rifle you can see. Did you see it?
Yeah.
So he took that, one bullet, because that's all he does, and his little switch.
I mean, how far away was he though? Was he? Because it looked like he was close to it. Because it looked like he was in a watchtower or a bird tower or some shit.
Yeah, he was like was he behind like a billboard or something like that?
Oh no, so it can't have been far.
No.
I think for that scope, it's like 2 mile radius or some shit.
Yeah. Probably wasn't it? Yeah. He probably like when he looked through that scope, the guy was probably just massive in it.
Yeah, I think like, that's all you can see is like the badge on him or something in the whole scope. It's like, is that the guy? I don't know.
Yeah, he probably knows the guy's name from his name badge. He's that zoomed in. But and then they get off in a truck, don't they? And they jump on, and they're both next to each other. And the CGI there just looked absolutely terrible because you've got one Van Damme. You've got one Damme outside the door. You've got one Damme driving, and they're both next to each other, and he talks to each other through it, and he says like, "Oh, that worked out well," and he goes, "Nah, it was shit, that, you dickhead." And the other one just like looks forward, sulking, and it's like, that's just a terrible, terrible shot.
Then flank blows everything up.
Yeah, well, they have probably the most horrible snog I've ever seen on a film in my life.
Full tongue and everything.
Yeah, and then
that's Van Damme for you.
And then the only reason I'm even mentioning this scene because this is where Danielle says he's the most honest and legitimate businessman I've ever met.
Yeah.
And then 2 seconds later says, "Oh, by the way, he's having a meeting in a gangster club with Raymond Zhang tonight." And it's like, Okay, so you're saying that he's like the most honest and legitimate guy, but you know that he's having a meeting at this notorious gangster club called the Climax Club tonight.
Is what it's called?
It's called the Climax Club, yeah.
It's film, isn't it? It's the
He's
fucking
got a meeting tonight at
anti-climax.
the Climax Club, but he's legitimate. He's legitimate. It's
Yeah.
like, he's the most honest and legitimate person I've ever met. Like,
Yeah, he just likes to hang around with,
yeah.
bad people.
It seems to be a bit of a recurring theme in this where people say like, blah, 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 trust me. Trust me. Would I ever lie to you? Yeah, you have. Yeah. He's the most, saying the opposite thing and then suddenly revealing a load of like contradictory information.
Yeah.
And it's just like, all right. So then we're at the Climax Club.
That's it. Nigel's taking the head seat at the table, speaking to the Chinese triads, smuggling drugs into America and how much more money they can make doing this.
We love the Americans' war on drugs because it's clamping down so much on the South American cartels that we can move drugs into there easily. And
Yeah, I'm sure it doesn't really work like that on Border Force.
I'm pretty sure it doesn't, no. Then,
just imagine that happening in real life.
Oh, no.
Right. Florida are like, guys, right, okay, we've heard loads of stuff coming up from Mexico, so we'll go, like, report everybody down there. They're staying there instead.
Move everyone to the
they'll get redeployed.
Border. Yeah. Move everyone to the Mexican border. All right, then, yeah.
I think that this try to go the whole area.
Yeah, maybe do the whole, maybe do the whole of the US, not just like...
God, yeah, so this scene, Alex comes through the front door, hands a box of cognac to one of Zhang's little henchmen. Oh my God, that guy cannot act.
Mate, that guy is just absolutely terrible to the point where I even looked him up to see who he was. And the guy was a guy called Evan Lowry, and he's actually credited as the Climax Club bouncer. That's all he gets.
But he was in the container yard as well.
He was, but he's either the worst actor or the dumbest man in the world, just in general, just because of the way he talks. Because what does he say now? He goes,
oh, them scars are healed up really good.
Hey, Alex, I didn't think we'd be seeing you around here so soon. Because that's literally how he talks.
Yeah. Like, does this guy not know that scars don't heal? That's why they're called scars.
Yeah. Yeah. Your head heals quite well. It's last time I saw you when I saw you getting banged up against the fucking container. Like, Jesus Christ.
Wasn't that like the day before?
Yeah. It literally was the day. It was
Maybe
literally
they should have
the day
sent
before.
Chad in there in front instead.
You'd have thought that, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You've got markings on your face. No, maybe like you go in instead.
Well, I want to know, like, what exactly was their plan for this whole thing? So he walks in with a crate of French cognac on his over his shoulder, wearing a tuxedo, walking into the Climax Club, just like, hey everybody, hands it over to the
you haven't seen Step Brothers, have you?
No.
That reminded me of that scene.
And then hands it over to the world's dumbest bouncer, who then takes it through to them. And then 2 minutes later, Chad comes through wearing the exact same outfit, carrying the same thing of cognac. Hey, everybody. And it's like, what was the plan here? Why did both of you need to be dressed the same, carrying the same thing of cognac? Could like one of you not just nip back to the car to get the second crate and just like kept it as one while the other one kind of hangs back?
Well, not Alex. Yes, Alex went through the front, but Chad, some reason, stumbles through the back. And even the guy goes, hey, who are you? He goes, my name's Alex. Alex who? What are you doing here? He's the only guy who actually got sense to question things like, wait, this isn't right.
Yeah, that's it. He must have had the Hong Kong brain cell that day. Yeah. Because there seems to only be one going round that everyone seems to be sharing at some point. And then then Frank's there, like...
Well, just before that, though...
Getting chatted up by some woman.
Yeah, but just before that, though...
Yeah.
We've got Nigel doing his little debrief to everybody, and he's like, our place was hit last night. Maybe who knew about it? Maybe it was an inside job. Why would they automatically think it was one of their guys and then just fucking kills him for no reason?
I know. And then they're all like, yeah, we know it was you, Steve. And Steve's like, the fuck? I had nothing to do with it. How do you even know? What evidence have you got? They've got no evidence because Steve, whoever his fucking name was, had nothing to do with it because we know that it was obviously Chad, Alex, and bloody Frank. Steve was just at home probably with his wife watching Coddy, and then he just gets stabbed up by Gara,
the cowboy Indian.
Huh?
The cowboy Indian.
Yeah, I mean he just kind of slams his foot down. And then he comes out of nowhere, slams his foot down, and she goes over with a little Swiss Army knife, going through the bit, pulls out the world's smallest little knife and just stabs him. And he's like,
yeah. It's really, where does it come up with this conclusion?
I know. I'm like, why the hell? Why? This Cara woman as well. Like, where's she come from? Where's he got her from? I'm like, why is she just going around stabbing people with the world's smallest knife? I mean, I've had potato peelers with better stabbing techniques with that than that little knife that she's got. But
then when we're back on the dance floor, as you just about to mention, did you notice the Chinese bird that went over to Alex asked for dance? That was the most Cockney accent ever.
I didn't, but I noticed
in the middle of Hong Kong, right? It's an Asian-looking bird, right? Walks over, you go, all right, mate, do I dance? It's like, what?
What dance? I sounded more Australian then. Well, no, I didn't notice that, but I did notice that the woman goes, "You are a very handsome man, like Sean Connery," and he goes, "What?" It's like, dude, are you looking at the same person? Maybe if Sean Connery, maybe if Sean Connery was in Spitting Image and like this was the chap playing him, he looked like either someone out of Spitting Image or freaking Bo Selector.
Sean Connery off Wish.
Yeah, but he was, but like, but the way he like
flashes the bomb switch.
Yeah, and then he's like, he has to show thing. Do you think Frank, the guy who plays Frank, right? You know how like Van Damme goes around doing splits in all his movies? Yeah. You reckon if we watch another movie with that same guy and he does at some point he just flashes switch? The same way Van Damme just has to do the splits, he has to flash his switch. Because I'm not being funny, just like every opportunity he gets, it's like, if it was me and I was Alex, I'd be like, Frank, I fucking know you've got the switch to the bomb. You don't have to keep showing me the fucking switch to the bomb. I know you've got it.
You notice there's only one switch on it? But it was 2 bombs. How did he know which one was for fucking which crate?
Yeah, exactly. But,
just to blow them up at different points.
But then that was the point where I thought, right, so you've got Alex who's just delivered a box of cognac and then is still kicking about, and then for some reason Chad comes through with the second box of cognac to do the same thing again for some reason. Don't know why. And then he gets caught, and like Frank and them cotton on that something's about to go wrong because Chad's an idiot. And then Frank's kind of just stood there and he kind of gives him the signal. So then
he just appears in the background.
He just appears, yeah.
He's like,
I mean, I think Frank, all Frank wanted to do was he'd shown Alex that he had his switch with him. And then he's like, wait there, we're just going to go and show Chad. So goes into the background and he goes, shows him his switch. But then obviously Chad, I think, gets the wrong idea and just hits the deck. And he
just dives on the floor.
He just hits the deck and like everyone's just kind of looking at him like, the fuck's he doing? And Frank's like, what are you doing? Oh, fine. Fucking blows him up. And then it was, like I say, I was about to say, it's at this point that I'm like, so their plan all along has been to go to Hong Kong to be terrorists and just, because so far all you've done is you've shot up a drug deal, you've blown the place up at this drug deal the night before, and now you've come to a nightclub where there's loads of innocent people about and started delivering bombs in boxes of cognac just to blow them up.
Let's be honest with you. How little amount of C4 did they use in that, though? Because the first bomb that went off, literally all it done was broke a pane of glass. Everybody's came running out the room, what got blew up anyway. So it didn't actually do what it was intended for. Oh. And then when the second crate is there, Cara goes, oh, it's a bomb. Nobody is phased. They all just stood there like, I've just seen how shitty that first bomb was. I'm not scared of this one. She's like trying to push everybody back into the room.
There's another bomb.
She's like, get there, there's a bomb. Down, she's like,
oh, another one. Well, the thing is as well, right? So when they come out and they all rush out and they're like, oh, bloody hell, what the hell was that? Someone just did a really bad fart in there because it couldn't have been a bomb because it hardly did anything. And they run out and then all of a sudden they see Frank, Alex and Chad all escaping together and they all kind of look back and pause and then they go, and then it's the big reveal. They're brothers. There's 2 of them?
Yeah.
And it's like, why did you just stop and look back? And like, why? He literally just stopped there for no reason. Literally just stopped there for no fucking reason.
And then again, the thing is, Nigel, right? If you see a baby from 25 years ago, you're not going to put 2 and 2 together. No. Right? So you'd be thinking, like, why is this crazy bastard trying to blow me up?
I suppose that
I wouldn't automatically think this is from 25 years ago. It's the kid.
Well, he does know Frank. because he knew Frank from the beginning because they were all there together at the opening and stuff like that. So he probably would have knew Frank through that.
But then he was looking at Alex though. Even he said, he goes, "Oh, there's two of them."
Yeah, you would have been distracted by the twinsies.
Yeah, why would he know the twins?
Exactly. But
Or the brothers, or why are they even trying to blow them up?
You've just come out of a bloody bomb. Your head's going to be a mess. You've got your henchwoman, whatever her name is, Kara, saying that there's another bomb there. You're right. You wouldn't have had time to process that. All you'd be thinking was, there's two Alexes. Am I seeing double here? It's like did something hit me in the head?
I'll be questioning like, why are they blowing my place up?
I recognise that guy from 25 years ago. He's slightly older and he's got a bit more rubbery face, but I know him. It's Frank. That must be the twins of the people I killed 25 years ago. Yeah, you wouldn't suddenly just piece that together, would you?
No,
I wouldn't reckon. So I seen someone from 25 years ago, I'd probably vaguely recognise them.
Not when they were a baby.
No, well, no, but if I seen Frank, because if it wasn't such a stressful situation, I had seen Frank and two twins, then I'd maybe have put two and two together that they were the twins. But maybe not. Would he have even remembered that so much about the babies?
No.
I mean, it is a long shot. It's possible, but it's a long shot. But
I wouldn't be thinking about it.
No, not.
I'd be thinking it could be like from a deal from last week. We weren't wrong.
Yeah, not in that situation when the bomb's just gone off and stuff like that. You wouldn't have time to just sit there and process this whole information unless you had just sat down and gone, just 1 second, stay there, guys. Where do I know you from?
Yeah.
What's your name again? Frank. Where do I know a Frank from? I recognise you. Where? Can't place you. And twins. There's something about Frank and twins. Hold on. Didn't you kidnap a baby? But yeah.
Yeah, switch around on twin being a bad guy. But that was a pretty lame fight though as well, wasn't it?
It's a long shot. And then it's like, oh, there's another bomb. Get out, get out, get out, get out, get out. And then they blow that one up and they don't manage to kill anyone with these bombs.
Oh. But the fight in general though was pretty lame. When they're fighting, it's like, why did Alex write? It's not possible to do it anyway, like without obviously slicing up your hand. It literally gets a bottle, gets a glass, drinks a shot out of it, and then crushes the glass with his hand and just throws it.
Yeah,
no reason.
I've got that here. Sorry, yeah, just smashes it. Yeah, I literally put for no reason. And there's
no cuts on him.
And then I just put fight scene is just a bunch of random kicking because that's all it was. Like I said, I wonder if they paid Van Damme per kick. Because he was very liberal with them. Like, well, he wasn't liberal with them. He was very reserved with them.
Almost. So for someone who's like martial arts and stuff like that, it wasn't really many fight scenes or anything there. What was worth noting down was it? It's just pretty naff.
It was. Yeah, like you say, for what you'd think would be a martial arts film, with it being Van Damme, yeah, there isn't really much other than maybe one of the boss fights at the end.
Yeah. And then we're back at the office now. It's like the next day.
His office, yeah.
Yeah, so back there next day. Now, I could understand Nigel being a little bit paranoid after like the club getting blown up and whatnot.
Yeah.
But still, I wouldn't think it'll be someone who's been working with for 5 years is going through a filing cabinet. So then Cara turns up, gets Danielle, finger blasts her inside of the wall, whilst obviously she's trying to look for files in a bloody back room for 25 years old. Be in there, let's be honest with you. And then Danielle phones Chad, telling her she's just been finger blasted by Cara. And she's found info on the tunnel. Believe it or not.
Yeah. How? What info? We don't even get to learn what this info is, but somehow she's got some killer evidence from this filing cabinet from 25 years ago.
Even Chad gets it and goes, yeah, this is go it. This is all we need.
This one piece of paper just sums up everything. It's probably just, I did it, signed Griffith.
Yeah, a little bit like Batman Forever.
Yeah, it was like
I killed myself.
Suicide note, yeah. It was me, I did it, I killed them people, the end. This belongs to Chad and Alex. Signed, notarized.
That's it. Chad runs off then.
Griffith.
Yeah, Chad runs off then, steals the boat. The only boat they have on the island, bearing in mind. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a great plan there. You know, just leave him stranded on there.
I want to know when she rang up, how did she know it was Chad that answered?
I don't know if
she says, "Oh, Chad, is Alex there?"
She said Alex there.
Yeah.
Or did she say hello?
I think she says, "Hiya, Chad, is Alex there?"
Did she?
I think so. Yeah, I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure that's what she said. But then she rings them and like, you wouldn't be ringing them from work after you just had that encounter with Cara, where she basically just finger banged you and cavity searched your vagina, and then offered for you to do the same to her as a gesture.
Yeah,
kind. Well, yeah, and then the last thing you do, you'd at least go outside and use the payphone across the street or something. Or go home.
Your works company one where your boss is in the next door, obviously listening in.
Yeah, well, you've got like 7 triads in the office with him. I mean, and the other thing as well is like they're in the office with him. You've got Moon, I was calling him Spoonface, Scarface, Moon, and then you've got like the head of the bloody organised crime thing in your office. It's like, surely you'd want to keep them 2 parts of your life separate. You wouldn't just invite them for a meeting in your very public fucking office. It's like, why does this Griffiths guy, who's supposedly clean and legitimate businessman, keep meeting with the head of the triads in his office every day?
And how many people actually work for him?
Yeah.
Because we only see Danielle.
Exactly. Maybe it's just one office with Danielle in and Cara just kind of monitors her.
They don't have CCTV cameras, do they? I mean, she's got to stand there with her arms folded
exactly.
watching.
I'm just occasionally frisk her and offer it. It's not sexual harassment if you offer to be frisked in return.
Yeah, that's it. So then they're back at Alex's bar now, aren't they? In the back room, hiding out. And then Alex starts ringing up the office. I mean, the bar anyway, asking like, no, where are they and stuff like that. Gets told they're in a back room, banging each other. And Daniel and Chad escape through the back. Chad, I love Alex. Cuts to Alex, I'm going to kill him. Yeah.
He rings up and he says, is he alone? No, they're with Danielle. What are they doing? I think they're fucking. Well, he doesn't say that. And then he just starts having a fucking hissy fit. And then he must have heard the people come in. Cara and the other goon, the mullet-haired guy.
Oh, I called him the Italian cowboy.
He must have heard on the phone them come in and start causing trouble and stuff like that. And then the phone gets hung up and then he gets pissed off trying to ring back. It's like, surely you just heard your place getting raided on the phone.
Yeah, exactly. You can. The thing is, the phone went dead.
Kill him.
Right, your brothers took the only boat on the island. I'm sure there's going to be something, a little bit of an explanation than like having an affair or anything. That's his first thing that comes to his head. So obviously there's a lot of insecurities there, isn't there?
Definitely.
And starts drinking heavily straight away.
Because he must think, we left my brother here while we went hunting or to get firewood or whatever, wherever him and Frank went. We went to get acquainted in the forest. I mean, because he's had the brother, he may as well have Alex as well.
He was getting a bundle of sticks.
Yeah. They were collecting bundles of sticks from... Anyway, so they came back with the faggot of sticks. And, what was it? And then Alex disappears on the boat. And then the first thing is, he's like, the first chance he's got, this motherfucker has gone all the way back to Hong Kong to fuck me missus in my office.
How would that be
why would that be the first point of call that you'd be thinking? You'd be thinking, oh, there must be something up with Danielle. We know Danielle's looking for information within his office, Nigel's office. Maybe something's gone wrong. Not, oh, he's gone all the way back there for a fucking booty call.
Just to clarify as well, right? Erik doesn't have a speech impediment. This is how they pronounce his name on the...
Yeah. Sorry, I should have mentioned that, yeah. So whenever they don't say Griffiths, they say Griffith. Oh, it's Griffith.
Griffith.
And so I'm pretty much, you just go all the way through the film. It's Nigel Griffith.
I just call him Nigel instead because I can't remember.
Nigel Griffith.
Yeah, and then for no reason, the Italian cowboy turns around and kills the bar guy.
I know, I noticed that because like he kicks him and then kicks him again and his head goes like that and his neck gets cut. And I was thinking, did he just slice his neck open with his boot?
Yeah, because he's got them cowboy boots on. I can't remember the proper term.
Got spurs on.
Where they got spurs. He's got a pair of spurs on.
Is that what it was? Because I was thinking, them some sharp fucking boots.
Yeah, it's the fucking spurs that are on it. You can hear him like jingling when he walks. Goes.
I didn't even twig. All I seen was because you blink and you miss it.
Yeah, it does zoom in quite a few times on his boots when he's walking around.
Yeah, I mean when he kind of kicks him and his neck gets cut.
But yeah, they wouldn't cut your neck like that. Bloody hell, it's like a fucking razor blade.
I love as well when the guy at the counter rings the bell to alert Danielle and Rodney at the back.
Rodney?
I don't know, Del Boy and shit in it. Rodney Trotter. So and then they come over and they peek through the fish tank and the woman stood right there. And I'm like, at least be a little bit like peeky about it because
I'm sure they can see you back.
Because she like Cara stood there. Where are they? Are they in the back? All she'd have to do is just look. I say this in so many of our podcasts. Where it's like, I wish the character would just literally just look slightly to the left or look slightly up. Or it happens in so many fucking films.
Men in Black for one.
Yeah, and like Danielle stood there in the fish tank looking at Cara, and it's like if Cara just happened to, like I say, just go, they're there.
Yeah.
But no. And then they're like, oh no, we need to escape, and like just all of a sudden he's got this random escape thing behind him, like a cupboard. What was it? Behind like a filing cabinet or something, was it?
Yeah, it's like a filing cabinet or cupboard to pull it away. It goes into the back. And then a little chase happens, doesn't it? Which is really shit. So there's no point talking about this because basically just give like a foot chase, jumping through boats. But why the hell, right? They came in cars.
Yeah.
Right. I swear you've seen the cars pull up, or you heard the cars pull up in distance. He was on the phone.
Yeah.
Right. Where the hell have they got a helicopter from? It's literally 200 yards away from the boats that they've just been chasing in a random direction.
Yeah, they just...
Chad and Danielle were just running whatever way they could get away from them. But then they're jumping over boats. Then somehow the bad guys have a helicopter ready to go.
Just
with propellers on the go, 200 yards away from where they happen to be, even though they've been running for like 10 or 15 minutes by the looks of it, in random direction. What?
I know. And then... So she goes up in the helicopter and she goes looking for the boat, doesn't she?
Yeah.
So, like you say, where the hell have they got this helicopter from, and why is he just? She just happened to have it ready on standby, like you said, with the guy. But anyway, they get in it and she's looking through binoculars. And she goes, right, there's the boat. Now let's look at a straight line. So she automatically assumes that obviously she's right, that that's where they're going.
But the thing is, it doesn't in a way though, because you see her like just looking around at random boats. I don't think they knew which actual boat was theirs. So she's saying she looks around and then fly over the island, and then she goes, "Oh, we can't find them, so let's just go home."
Well, obviously she does find them because Frank comes out and looks up, and she's like kind of thinking about it.
Yeah, but they didn't make any connection for that, because they said, "Right, they're not here. Let's just go home."
Well, I don't know, because next thing is they're kind of invading the island.
Exactly.
So I had assumed on my first watch, I'd assumed that she'd thought, "Oh, there's the boat that they've got away in. We've caught up to it. He's heading in this direction. We'll fly over there, see what's there." They come across a hotel. Frank walks out. He looks up. And I thought that they made kind of contact. But then I was thinking, well, why does she really know what Frank even looks like? She only seen him briefly when the bombs were going off anyway.
Yeah.
And...
high up, you won't be able to tell who that person is.
And it's like, so they're just automatically assuming that that's where they're going to be. Because that's all the evidence they have onto it. And then somehow have some kind of big amphibious assault against the island against them.
Yeah. But like you said, when they're in the air, though, there's like 30 different boats. She was like, there's like a big size. She goes, "Oh, I can't find them. Let's just go home."
Yeah. Because there's loads of boats. Like, whenever you see like pictures of Hong Kong and stuff like that, boats everywhere.
It don't make sense, does it?
It really doesn't. But I know you said you didn't want to mention the guys when they were chasing them and stuff like that, but they were some of the worst goons I've ever seen when they're running around and they just got a gun in the air, just running about, and then that guy just gets hit by the car, and it's just like, I hope you're not being paid, because you're like the worst goons in the world.
Yeah, he dives up in the air before the car even hits him.
Yeah.
He's on the floor already.
He was
just rolling around. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, but yeah, there really wasn't much mentioning in that chase. It was just, I know in the trailer it says land, air, and sea, and and just.
Yeah, and then we see Alex there getting a little bit more drunk with a bottle of whiskey. Starts getting flashbacks of his missus with his brother.
I put in my notes Alex's hissy fit, because all he does is, you know what it reminds me of? You ever seen Footloose?
That's how I have to be honest with you.
Footloose, when he gets frustrated and he goes to that warehouse, and I was half expecting him to just start stripping off and start dancing and doing like a bit of doing splits and jumps and everything through the the hotel. That's kind of what it felt like he was about to do, but. Yeah, he starts drinking and throwing his weight around like a moron. And at one point, I couldn't tell whether he was mad about fantasizing about his brother shagging his missus, or whether he was wanking about it. Because I swear there's one scene where he's there with the bottle, his hand's like out of shot, but kind of doing this. I might have been making it up.
Probably, yeah, because you're obsessed with his nuts.
Yeah, he's got his little budgie nuts from all the cocaine and. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure I was like, is he having a wank? Is he pissed off or is he happy? Because in the end of the day, it's like when he's picturing his brother, it must be hard, because it'd be like me picturing my twin brother banging my wife, but I'm picturing me doing it. So it must hurt even more, because you kind of know exactly what that situation's going to look like in a way, because you've been there doing it, and now you're picturing someone who looks like you doing it. So
true.
In the same breath, it's like, what's the problem? Because it's basically you're picturing you doing it to your missus, but it's not. It's your twin brother. If anyone's got twins out there, and you've ever come across this unique situation,
I think it works like that.
I don't think it works like that, but I just put, it must be weird thinking about your twin fucking your missus, as you know exactly what that would look like. because, and then obviously I've just put boobs because we get boobs, and she does have a fantastic pair of titties.
Not too bad actually. Yeah, we're all right, wasn't she? She has a nice little figure when she's out of that.
Yeah, when she doesn't look like a man. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's just, I just put as well, it's just an excuse for JCVD to have a sex scene.
Yeah,
he was like,
pretty much just get his ass out, mate, to be honest with you, mate.
Because it was again like in Time Cop. But if you notice in like films nowadays, you don't really tend to get them type of sex scenes anymore. Like they were all 80s, 90s. It was like every action star is like, where in my contract, I notice here it doesn't say I have a sex scene and that needs to be in.
Yeah, with the saxophone playing.
Yeah.
Have the cheesy saxophone, hasn't it, in the background playing all the time.
You don't seem to get them anymore. But even in Time Cop, he had one, didn't he, with that bird?
Yeah.
And like I think they just finally realised in the early 2000s that they're just absolutely pointless, and no one wants to go and see a film with their friends or even relatives or parents or whatever to go and watch basically softcore porn, basically.
Yeah. I kind of feel for the saxophone players though, because they were making a fortune at one point, weren't they?
Yeah.
Like, what? No sex scenes?
Yeah.
Shit, I need to get a proper job now.
And the net curtain makers as well, because in every scene he'd always go to the net curtains being blown in by the wind, like on bloody Top Gun. Yeah, bloody. So then we have the return of the Chad.
Yeah, so they're back at the island now. And first thing Frank goes, like, confused as fuck what's been going on. I was like,
you've got some explaining to do.
There's been loads of strange flying aircrafts around there this afternoon. What, an helicopter? That's not a strange flying aircraft, mate. You haven't had a UFO flying around. It's like a frigging helicopter. You've seen one before, I'm sure.
It's like when you come home from work and like your kid comes up to you and says, Daddy, I seen a helicopter today. It's like, Chad, you won't guess what I saw. Oh, a helicopter. I saw this thing and it had a spinny thing and it was flying in the air. I don't know what it was, but I seen it.
Yeah, but his genuine line was like, strange looking aircraft.
Yeah. Like, dude, you seen a helicopter fly over? Get over yourself. He's right though.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, and then I think Frank was like that, probably undecided. Like, dude, because he gets straight on the boat and fucks off because he's probably thinking, I've just had to listen to Alex have a fucking meltdown for the past 2 hours. Now you're back out. Give us the keys. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm fucking done with you, mate.
Why have you brought her back? Fucking hell. Yeah. It's going to kick off.
And this doesn't make sense, this little scene. Right? So they go in. Alex slaps Danielle.
I know.
Right? As if like she didn't make the tea or something. She goes like, slapped at her. Like, she's the fuck all wrong, the poor woman. Right? And then she runs off, going, I'm going to go get Frank, and runs off shouting Frank. She just watched him sail off on the boat.
Yeah.
And they don't have mobiles.
And then the brothers decide to have a fight. And then Frank suddenly returns to get punched in the face.
Yeah.
He says, you're drunk. And that's when he calls him. He says, I may be drunk, but he'll always be a bundle of sticks.
Yeah. But the thing is, where did Frank go? He sailed out on a boat. He's back there 30 seconds later. Where's he gone to take the boat? Because it was on the harbour, the only harbour on the island.
Exactly. It's where Chad got it from. So it's not like he parked it in the wrong place and he's like, dickhead, it's supposed to be over there.
Exactly.
But then the other thing I don't get is then we cut to Chad, and Chad's, or is it Alex? One of them decides to just go down the beach and sleep in the sea. Because he wakes up in the sea.
Yeah. And then also Chad, right, as he's running off, going, I'm not staying here anymore. I'm going home. You're on an island. In Frank says to me, you're on an island. Oh, I'll swim. What, you got to swim back to America?
Yeah, exactly. Well, you're going to swim to China.
I'll just swim. So 45 miles. I'll be all right. Well, I could do the splits midway. I could do a great frog splash.
Well, he could have asked Moon. He did it, didn't he? Jesus Christ. But yeah, what did you think, though? Tell me what you thought about the brothers having a fight again.
Considering, right, when it was filmed, right, 1991 or 1990 when it's filmed, yeah, right? The CGI, obviously, it's not really the best anyway, overall. But, however, considering, I thought they'd done the fight well.
Yeah, considering what like the limitations they had to work with, because obviously they had to keep switching between a stunt double, I assume, and obviously JCVD, and then changing his hair, sticking the cigar in his mouth.
And then having another actor.
Yeah.
As if, obviously, it's from behind shot, kicking Alex or whatnot.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't too bad, but I just think the action so far up to this point has just been subpar anyway. Yeah, it's been very meh. Even martial arts has been terrible, and even the gunfights have been terrible. Even like the beginning gunfight, like the guy with the shotgun and all stuff like that, it's just bad. And the gore was just overly gore.
Like you say, about early 90s films, especially like say around this era, like late 80s, early 90s, is like the classic Van Damme era. Because you're thinking to yourself like AWOL, then you got Bloodsport, then you got Kickboxer, then you got Time Cop, Universal Soldier. You're thinking like Double Impact, you think, oh yeah, classic Van Damme film. And I think it's because you're getting it mixed up with all the ones what are really, really good.
Yeah.
And then you get this one in the middle of them. You presume it's going to be better than what it actually is. So then you watch it back. Obviously, I've not seen it for like 20 years. I've watched it back. I'm like, yeah, this is half as good as what I remember.
Well, you do because you assume that they're just going to get better and better and better and better and better. You wouldn't expect it to be like a mediocre one bang in the middle of some. Because after this, because Time Cop came after this, didn't it?
I believe so, yeah.
But then in the late 80s, should I say, you had like the Bloodsport and the Kickboxer.
I think that was like 88 Bloodsport.
Yeah, so which I mentioned before that I've never seen them, but
you need to watch Bloodsport. It is a classic.
I heard
film.
It's good. I think it's isn't it like the film that made kind of Van Damme, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But do you know, like Van Damme was originally going to be the monster in Predator, the alien in Predator.
He actually was.
Well, he was for some of it because a lot of it wasn't he running around in like a green bloody suit and he looked more like a bloody
like chameleon or some shit.
Oh, wasn't it like a lobster or something?
It was it looked like some weird thing, but like a lot of green screen as well. So like the very first few shots on Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah, the very first few shots on Predator itself.
Yeah.
You had this like cheap costume, right? They was waiting for the proper Predator one to be finished because it wasn't like finished off yet. So you had to like, try and make do with these like dodgy CGI ones to make it look like it's invisible. And them shots are Van Damme dressed up. Then when the actual costume came, is like towards the back end of the film, and that's when you see the Predator, as you see.
Yeah, because I think he was because I think he got his big break from what I read doing a bit of research for this film was he was approaching directors and someone said, "Oh, I'm in this new Predator." He said, "I'm in this new Predator film with Arnold Schwarzenegger." So the guy went away and looked into it. And he was before he was removed from the cast and replaced. Yeah. So I think it was because of that. He kind of went down and he seen his name on like the casting call and stuff, and he's like, yeah, I'll give him a break. And then I think that's how he got into Kickbox. It was either Kickboxer or Bloodsport. I think that's how he got the part in that. Right. But anyway, back to this. So then we have kind of we have the raid on the hotel, don't we?
Yeah, the next morning.
Yeah.
He wakes up, sees about 50 men storming a hotel, and they all start. Why the hell? This is one thing that gets me right. So storm the hotel straight away. They throw smoke through the thing, kick through the doors, and then start umping and firing when they want them alive.
Exactly.
They're just blind firing straight away as soon as kick the door. Start shooting everything like that. They're taking them both hostage anyway.
Well, in army camo as well.
Yeah. And why would they wear the army caps, right? Camouflage caps, and they all had mullets.
Yeah.
Every single one of them had a mullet and a cap.
You think the mullet was attached to the cap?
Most likely, yeah. He's really weird.
You're just handing them out and saying, you got to wear these guys. It's just all walking about. Here's your gun. Here's your mullet cap.
I swear, right? I'm not like trying to say like all Asians look the same or anything like that, but I swear I seen the same actor in about 4 or 5 different scenes fighting with Van Damme. Like fighting him, then he walks down like through the back alleyway. He gets a gun thrown at him, he gets knocked out, and then you see him again walking through the thing, and then you see him tied up on the side.
Oh yeah, because
he was the same guy. He had the same mullet, cap, tight t-shirt, camouflage, and camouflage pants.
Oh, Jesus.
It was the oddest thing ever.
And then again,
they don't use guns to kill them.
No, because I was going to say that is the scene in it when he throws the gun at the guy.
Yeah,
it's almost like I couldn't tell whether he'd done it on purpose or whether he just panicked. And the guy suddenly came, catch.
Yeah. And there's one bit as well where they're in an open field. Alex charges at 2 guys, right? One of them does the American Ninja where they turn around.
Yeah.
But the guy turns around twice.
Oh, I know.
Second one, he turns around, looks at him, and then it cuts back to me. He's turning again. So I don't know if he's just on 360, spinning around, confused what was going on.
Oh, yeah.
Alex runs over, knocks them both down, kills them both. And then there's another guy comes running out, hip firing whilst running.
And then Alex manages to take him out with a pistol. And like you say, he's just taking out these guys. I was thinking, how does he not shoot him? How has he not shot him? If that guy had just stopped just a second and aimed,
got his aim up,
But no, Alex just there, boom, 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 with his pistol, takes him out. But and then I like, to be honest, I like the one little part that I liked in this was when he goes to distract him by throwing there's a guard sat there and he throws like a piece of wood or something, and the guard is actually smart enough to think, oh, I know there's a guy behind me, and turns around. Obviously, Alex is a little bit smarter than that.
Oh yeah, he's done him again, hasn't he?
I've done him again, yeah. But it was like the one time a guard actually gets that shit right, and he's wrong because Alex is too smart for him with his slick back hair. And then the other thing I noticed as well was that when Raymond Zhang turns up in the helicopter, he's in full army gear as well. So it's he got changed just to get into his army gear, because 2 minutes later, when they took Rubberface and Danielle back to the port or wherever it was,
Evil Lair,
you see him then getting back changed into his Del Boy outfit, because you see Moon kind of putting his jacket back on him.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
But, yeah.
Oh my god, what a classic Evil Lair we have, eh?
Oh,
a bloody oil tanker.
Well, at first I was trying to figure out where the hell are they, and then I realised they're on a boat.
Yeah.
On an oil tanker of all places. Like, why? Why are you on an oil tanker? And it's like Raymond goes, are they cooperating yet? Well, what are you trying to get them to cooperate to do?
No, it doesn't make sense. The whole thing doesn't make sense.
What have you kidnapped them for?
Why don't you just kill them?
Exactly.
Less of a headache.
Send them a message. You're trying to lure the guys to you. Don't bring them to your boat then, where there's plenty of opportunity. Put them in the middle of a field where you can see everyone coming from miles or something. Don't put them on a boat where I assume you've got this boat because this is what you're using to smuggle all your drugs and everything. You don't want to be bringing them there. And the other thing is, how the hell did they... Well, I know they have that guy who kind of got left behind and he obviously spills the beans as to where they are and what have you, but it's just daft. Why take them to the boat? Why?
It's, yeah. The whole thing's daft. And they're in the basement of the boat, aren't they? Like the boiler room, I suppose you could probably call it. Then they got a hose pipe with steam, which is like trying to get the creases out of Frank's skin.
Yeah.
And then the bit when Chad gets onto the boat, just ironing him in there. It's like, you look a bit crazy there, Frank. Let's get some steam on your face. Even that, I was like, it's got a bit of congestion in his nose or something.
It's like, oh, Frank, it's you. I didn't realise the years haven't been kind. Yeah, I've got a trick for this. Come down.
See, even that, mate, he's got like block sinuses. So he's like trying to get the steam up.
Fucking steaming.
In his nose.
Steaming, Moon. Steaming.
Oh my God, right. And then the bit, next we see Chad and Alex getting onto the boat. One is basically just wearing camouflage hat and some sunglasses, right? Chad goes up to the guard first. The guard starts slapping him around. He's like, hey, where's your brother? Slaps him. Where's your brother? Hey, who do you think you're looking at? And it's like, hey, if you literally paid more attention, that's two people walking up. The other guy is obviously not Asian. So, do you know what I mean?
That's what I mean. I thought that as well, because they do the old we'll pretend you're a prisoner and I'm bringing you in trick. But yeah, he's there going, where's your brother? Where's your brother? Where's your brother? But like you say, no one bothers even to check that the guy brought him in is actually one of theirs. Because at one point, even Alex or whoever it is stood behind the other guard and kind of like nudges him or something, and the guy looks at him like, and like just stood there.
Like he doesn't notice that he's not Asian because he's got sunglasses on.
Yeah, and you'd be thinking two guys have just come up on a dinghy. Last time we seen you or we didn't see you, you were kind of fighting together. And how are you now? It doesn't make sense how they get onto the boat.
They came on a dinghy.
Yeah, they did. They came on a dinghy.
The boat was in frigging harbour.
Yeah.
In the port.
Yeah.
So why don't they just walk from the land up the rail instead of coming around
on a
dinghy?
I don't know.
Oh my God, my head's hurting.
They arrived in the little rubber dinghy. Yeah,
you'd think the way they got on the boat, you'd think it would be out in the middle of the sea.
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's parked up in the port with a bridge that's probably fucking down where the workers are going on and off loading it and stuff.
And then they throw one of the guards overboard and makes a massive splash, and it's like there's no other guards about to hear this splash into the water to maybe just look over and go, oh, look, Gary's just fell into the water. What's going on there? Let's go check it out. No.
Why didn't the guard just like swim like 20 feet to land?
Well, yeah.
No, because they're at the port.
Well, I suppose it's a bit like MIB, isn't it? When he like chucks them two guards into the water and he says, I'll see you later. And he's like, you're not, mate, because they're knocked out in water. You killed them.
You just drowned them.
Yeah. But the other thing as well is that kind of winds me up in situations like this. So they go into the belly of the boat and they're looking for Frank and Danielle, right? And all the guards that come by them just start shooting willy-nilly in the middle of a boat, in the middle of an engine room, shooting. You don't know what you're shooting. At the end of all this, the boat's not going to work because they're going to go, why won't the boat start? Maybe because like the engine room's been peppered with bullets. We don't even know where to start. There's that many holes in things.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you expect us to do? Just go around with a bit of polyfiller and start pulling bullets out of all this, what I assume is, you know, a massive engine to power the bloody boat in the first place. So your men have just peppered.
Yeah.
So so the boat's written off anyway.
It's a bit cheesy, isn't it? The scene with Nigel on the intercom.
This is Nigel Griffith speaking, lads. Is it?
Yeah. Like, we've took your friends as hostage for some reason, but we're going to kill one of them. We don't know who. You hear 2 gunshots go off over the intercom, but obviously Frank's still there, creased up. So he gets like a bit more of decreasing.
His face does look like a testicle. Ball sack, doesn't it?
It's a ball sack, mate.
It looks like a scrotum. It looks like Helen Mirren and bloody Fast X.
Yeah. And then for some reason, I don't know how they found them, but we have the Italian cowboy starts a fight with Alex. To be fair, I think the cinematography on this bit was actually all right, the fight.
Well, just before that, they pretend to shoot Frank, don't they?
Yeah.
So they pretend to shoot Frank, but all I was thinking was surely that's just going to piss them off even more, rather than like coming to find them.
But it did, didn't it? Because he shouts, like, I'm going to kill you. He shouts back on the intercom.
Yeah, but last thing you want to do, if people are coming to get you and you don't know where in the ship they are and so on, last thing you want to do is like piss them off even more. I don't know if
I was trying to bait them, wasn't there?
I don't know if that's just me. But at the same
Oh.
time as well, is like if they're there for Frank and they're there for like Danielle, and I know that they probably know like obviously Danielle's still alive and they think Frank's dead, but they need to be careful with that shit because if they kill Danielle, if it was me, I'd be like, well, they're dead, let's go.
Yeah, there's no way fighting now.
Anyway,
sorry.
But yeah, the boss fight. I put these down into boss fights now. So,
Yeah.
So I've got Alex boss fight number 1, mullet in the dark, and like I know what you mean because like we were saying about the camera and stuff because they kind of do like a bit of a silhouette shadow on the wall.
Yeah, because the whole room is pretty much pitch black and there's one light coming through. So as they're fighting, you got the Italian cowboy. He'll do a little kick. Then he'll jump back into the shadows, and then he's like looking around, like, "Where's he gone? Where's he gone?"
I did think he was a bit shit.
I think it wasn't too bad. It's just the way they filmed it was all right, but the fight itself was
Why
garbage.
didn't Alex just move into the dark? Why does he stay in the light to give the other guy the advantage?
Oh, I mean, how big's the room? Let's be honest with you.
I know.
If this room went dark right now, right, I'd go, right, okay, you're either there or there. Not like behind me. And plus, he's got them stirrups on his bloody boots. So you can probably hear go, ching, 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 ching,
Exactly,
like sneaking around. Honestly.
Well, and
Then
then
it turns out the cowboy is actually a vampire because as soon as a bit of daylight goes and you see what straight away, he's just like hisses and he gets punched once.
Sparkles in the sun.
That's it. Fight done.
But now I've got boss fight number 2, Chad versus Donkey Kong.
Yes.
Because he starts throwing fucking barrels at him like fucking something out of fucking Donkey Kong.
Yeah, but he didn't get the memo about jumping over the barrels. Instead, he thought, it'd be a good idea to kick a barrel whilst it's in midair, to break my ankle.
But even that, when he did that, I was like, oh my God, that fucking hurt. I bet that hurt his hip.
That can't be good for you, can it? Why would that be his first thing to do? Why not sidestep it?
Yeah, move out of the way, duck.
Out the way. A bit.
Exactly. Move left or right. I say this every week in films. A lot of these situations could be avoided just by moving left or right.
A 2-dimensional world.
And Moon just looks like deranged as hell. Even like throughout this, he's looked pretty deranged. But at this point, when he rips his shirt off, and
fucking hench.
Oh mate, he freaks me out.
He is fucking hench in this, honestly. Then obviously JCVD's got to get his top off.
Yeah, he's got to get his top off. Yeah, he's got to
Every
show
single
them
film
out,
again. Arse cheeks out, top off, splits. It's the free combination of JCVD.
He's got to get him off.
Certainly has. This the sound effects will get me as well. When he does a kick, it's like, come on. Yeah. You've kicked an object before. You don't hear go, no. You kick something. And the grunts as well.
And the slow motion kicks to the face.
Classic, isn't it? Classic 80s.
The other thing that got me as well was it was quite clear when he's kicking Moon.
Yeah.
Kicking him and he's moving back and back and back. And you can quite clearly see behind him is an open circuit box.
Yeah.
And it's like,
you know where that's going.
Yeah. I was watching it and I'm like, Yeah, he's just going to kick him to what he's going to get electrocuted in a minute. And I was a bit disappointed because I was expecting it and I wanted it.
Yeah.
We were going to get like, when you used to they used to get electrocuted in films and then you'd see like the skull come through. I was expecting at least that, but they didn't even have the decency to do that for us.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when someone gets electrocuted and you see
like literally frying.
Yeah, you see like an X-ray go through like the skull or something. Oh, we couldn't even get that, could we? And then of course,
big explosion.
Barrels have to ignite.
I mean,
they had them in Time Cop as well, didn't they? Barrels with flammable on the side. Like
it's the classic 90s trope, mate, and late 80s.
It's some kind of video game, and it's like as soon as I seen them, I'm like, yeah, they're going to explode at some point.
Yeah, and they're always red, aren't they?
They're always red.
It's always the red barrel.
It's always the thing you shoot in video games.
Yeah, and then you hear a voice on the radio, it's like, everybody's dead. They're all dead. How would that guy know?
I know.
Did he go around doing a tally, a head count?
Yeah, he's not dead.
Yeah. So. It turns out not dead because obviously...
You're still alive.
You see him in a minute. Yeah. Bloody Alex saving Danielle.
Yeah.
And then where the fuck did Cara come from? Right, was she... Right, bearing in mind, right, she's just been told by Nigel, they're all dead. Everybody's dead. So did she think, oh, do you know what would be a good idea? Just on the off chance they're not dead, I'm just going to hang above the pipes. For some random reason. Because then she comes down from a pipe above Alex, wraps her bloody legs around him, tries to, thrust a minge in his head. And then...
I think she tried to swallow him with a minge.
Yeah. My first thing, if I was Alex, I'd be like power driving that bitch off there, like a big power bomber, grabbing her and like slamming her down on the floor.
Yeah.
But he doesn't. He just goes, oh, come on, get off my shoulder.
No, she's definitely didn't skip leg day, this bird.
And it's quite unlucky for her that it was the hillbilly twin that turned up, not bloody Chad. Because she probably would have won the fight if it was Chad, but Alex is used to beating the shit out of women, so he's like,
yeah,
bring it on, bitch.
That's what I mean. And like when he backhanded Danielle before, it's like, why is she even still with him?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he's used to smacking a bitch about.
Yeah. If it was Chad would have been like, oh, I'm not going to hit a woman. I'm going to hit a woman. Alex is like, bring it on, bitch. Rip the top off. You can go for it.
It was a terrible fight as well. And it's like, how does Alex just not stab her straight away before like Griffith, if Nigel starts shooting? And he just gives her a little prod in the side with a little knife and she just dies. And literally, he just goes, eh. Yeah. She goes, oh, the cruel world, it's going dark. Tell Nigel I loved him. Tell Danielle that she can frisk me when I'm dead. And it's just like, all right, just fucking die, will you? And then...
Surprised she didn't lie on the belly, mate, with her ass up in the air.
Did you see, though, as well? It was a bit it was a bit creepy when Nigel and Raymond, wherever the fuck, Moon, all decide to leave, and they leave that one guard behind with Danielle, and the first thing he thinks is, I'm going to get a little rapey. He's going to get rapey up in here. Let's get rapey in this.
He's like, oh yeah, pay rise.
I'm going to fuck you up. And it's just like...
Yeah, it was a bit cringe, wasn't it?
It was a bit like, all right, you really didn't just need to have that, and you could have just like left her there.
Did you notice as well, with Alex, he actually turns around, tells Chad, take care of Frank and Danielle. But then you see Danielle and Chad running off. He fucking leaves Frank tied up.
I didn't even notice that.
He says, to make sure you look after Frank and Danielle. And then you just see Danielle and him running off.
Fuck Frank.
What's happened to Frank? Just fucking left him. I'm sure he was literally 2 feet away. And when they was having a fight with Cara, you didn't see Frank there.
Maybe they got...
Where was he?
Maybe they got all the creases out and they didn't realise it was him.
He's like some young guy next to him. But even like you say, but when he was rescuing Danielle, when he was rescuing Danielle, Frank, the next scene earlier, he was tied up 2 feet away from her. You've seen them both next to each other in the same shot.
They were literally right there.
I was like, who's this guy?
Should have at the end, he should have been like, where's Frank? I thought you
had a facelift.
I thought you had him. No. I thought you did. But did you not see him next to Danielle? No, I see some young guy tied up. I didn't see Frank though. And then Danielle's like, yeah, he got steamed. You not see him steaming next to me. Jesus Christ.
Shit.
And then we have the final boss fight, don't we? So
yeah. So
Alex takes down Raymond and Chad takes down Griffith.
Yeah, that's the one.
Nigel.
Oh my god. And why did Zhang think it'd be a good idea to climb a fucking crane?
Oh, I don't know.
Before this. Right. So picture this. Right? Picture this.
Go on.
Shit like this, which has just happened for the last half hour on this film, must happen every single day on these docks.
Right.
Because these dock workers, bearing in mind, you see people still working around the docks. You've just seen an oil rig blow up. Like the whole ship has just blew up like a big mushroom cloud. There's no emergency services on site. There's no police been phoned. No fire. The fire's been put out already. Dock workers are just cracking on with their job as normal.
They just don't give a fuck, do they?
Yeah, they're like, it's them again. What's the summer?
I wonder if this is the same dock that they use in Mortal Kombat, but I don't know. I didn't see any people welding, so.
Oh yeah, that's another trope, isn't it? Laughings.
Well, no, I know what you mean. They don't bat a fucking eyelid, do they?
No.
I mean, you'd think if a big boat had just oil tanker had just blown up in the harbour, that you would have been hearing sirens or some emergency response, or at least a police helicopter flying around seeing what the hell's going on.
And you won't be carrying on with your day-to-day jobs at work.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It's like a boat's just blew up over there. All right, I've got this pallet. It's got to be there next day delivery. Let's get it on. Let's get it loaded.
I'm too busy for that. I'm just going to ignore that shit. Talk about not my job.
Yeah.
It's like, Jesus.
Why does Zhang think it would be a good idea to climb a crane?
I know, but even like at one point he goes into the crane and closes the door behind him, and then Alex just automatically assumes that he's going up.
Yeah.
Just starts climbing up the ladder next to it. Zhang should have just like held on just a second and just kind of just peeked back out and thought, oh shit, he's gone up there, right, I'm gonna fucking do one now. But no, he still carries on. Cheers, dude. He still carries on going up, doesn't he?
Yeah. He's like, do you know what? Let's do the big trope thing. Let's go higher. It's like whenever, like Scream, for an example, or Halloween, when the killer comes into the house, what? Instead of going out the back door and down the street, I know I'll go upstairs where I'm stuck, and then I'll climb a roof, like on Time Cop, and then just fall off the roof.
Exactly, another Jean-Claude Van Damme film. When, a bunch of guys come to kill you, so it's raining. Oh, I know a safe place where they'll never find us. Let's go on the roof. Let's go up the crane, shall we? Let's go and have a fight where there's nowhere we can go. Well, you've got a whole dockyard there. You could literally probably get on a boat or jump into a dinghy or at least swim somewhere.
Oh.
But no, we'll go up the crane.
That's it. And Alex falls off the crane a little bit. It starts hanging there. You can tell that's not fucking up there because you can see the green screen around it.
No, it looks absolutely terrible. I'll tell you what, though, it did look quite painful when his hand gets shoved into that cog.
Okay.
Mechanism.
About that bit.
Yeah.
If any objects go into a cog or any type of machinery, it normally gets tangled up and pulls in.
Yeah. You'd think he'd be pulled in by his arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His whole arm would have went right in. Not like crush half of his up to his forearm and just pulls that out. It's like...
Plus, he probably wouldn't have an arm left.
No. Pulls that out like he's got a Sally pauser.
But of course, his walking stick has to have a sword in it.
Oh, yeah.
Where's that been the whole time? You've been running around.
I don't know, but you get that like tropey scene again, don't you? Where he's blind, trying to fight because he got the fire extinguisher in his face.
I love it when I put here, he goes, he offers to give Alex half of everything. He goes, I'll give you half of everything. And Alex goes, what about my father? And it's like, well, I don't think he has half your father. Your dad kicking about after 25 years, does he? Not that you'd fucking want it. I've still got half your dad.
I've got half a skeleton.
Nigel kept the other half. I've got the other half in my office if you want to come back. I've got the left side.
I thought we were more like top and bottom, not left and right.
Right down the middle, mate.
Literally.
Top and bottom. Nah, because then you'd be arguing over who gets the legs, who gets the head. At least that way you both get a bit of everything. Everyone gets a nipple, everyone gets an eye, everyone gets a testicle, a foot, a hand.
I suppose, but I don't think eyes and testicles would still be there. Like, I think it was skeleton by then.
There's been too many mentions of testicles by me in this film. I think I'm going to have to edit some of this out.
There's something.
And then Zhang just falls off the crane because they're like...
And meanwhile, they've been fighting. Shaft's chasing after Nigel in between the containers. Like, again, other dock workers just carrying on whilst this guy's running through his life.
Yeah, and then some posh British guy must have run up to her and go, can I just borrow this forklift a sec?
Where did he get that from?
I don't know. And how did they even get trapped in, like, to a little corridor of containers while Nigel comes along with the container? Did I miss something?
It's really weird, isn't it? And I think my theory was, right, he tried to sacrifice Danielle by getting the container, like, jammed by throwing her into the side of it. Hopefully she'll just get jammed into it so it can't, like, come any closer.
You're not my missus.
Yeah. He jumps into the water, swims around somehow, and then Nigel gets out. You know, it'd be a good idea to stand underneath the container he's just been trying to crush them with.
Yeah.
Starts shooting into the water, and then just like I don't know how physics or whatnot. He teleports
magic
Chad into the little container thing straight away and drops a container onto him, squashed, dead.
Exactly, because how the hell did he get up there? Did he not? Yeah, too many questions, maybe. Yeah, I do like it when he just squishes him.
Yeah,
but
again as well, that part when you said about Zhang when he fell off the crane, lands into the container like boxes, doesn't it? Loads of wooden boxes. There is a dock worker about 4 foot away. See him in the shot as it falls down, crashes into it. He goes, shrugs shoulders, walks off. It's like, do you really see ships blowing up and bodies getting thrown off cranes on that regular basis?
Just
like,
another day in the office.
I'm just going to carry on.
Imagine getting home, I've seen another 3 murders today, love. Oh, and we had an explosion. No, you've not had one of them this week. No. We were overdue. Maybe you should quit that job, love. Nah, it pays well and I get to see some crazy shit.
And I've got to say as well, hats off to the writers because they've managed to write the best ending I've ever seen on any film. Literally, JCVD walks around a corner holding his ribs like he does in every single movie. As I mentioned to you the other week about him holding his ribs.
As soon as I seen him doing it, I noticed and I was like, oh, Darren mentioned that.
Yeah.
Like, all he does is hold his bloody side.
Frank hobbles around the corner as well, so he's like got himself loose. He's like, you bastard, she left me behind.
Yeah, and he's dried up because he's all crinkly again.
Alex and Daniel have a cuddle. Then it zooms to Chad, who stood there, does the OK sign whilst gunshots are going off. Like it's the A-team, like, and then credits roll.
Yeah, I think what had happened was, I think that they were like, how long have we got now? How long are we up to with the footage? And they go, oh, we're an hour and 50. Shit, let's wrap this up. How should we finish it? Van Damme, are you ready to finish it? That'll do.
Generally, there's more questions unanswered than anything.
Because we don't know what the evidence was that Danielle found in Nigel's office. We don't know if, at the end of this, all I can imagine, right, is they go, right, we got this evidence, let's go take it. And they'll be like, right, okay, yeah. All right, you've got this evidence, but you also blew up a nightclub with several bombs. You also blew up at one set of docks earlier on, like in a drug ring, which we're kind of happy about, but you did kill quite a few people. Yeah. And then you've then been back to another dock. Oh, not to mention you've been trespassing at a hotel. Yeah. And then not only that, you then came to another set of docks where you killed another bunch of people. You disabled a very expensive boat. You also set off quite a few explosives there, and you killed 2 people, one of which you dropped a container on. So, you can have your dividends, but you do realise you go into a Hong Kong prison for quite a few years now, lads. So, talk about double impact. You are going to be double impacted for the rest of your life. So maybe that was like a symbol of what their arsehole's going to look like in a few days.
How big's your arsehole? That big.
It's going to be like this soon, lads.
Honestly, it is baffling.
It is. It's like... So this, all I can assume is when Frank came to them in the beginning to discuss, this was their plan, this was their overall plan at some point, that they're just going to go on a rampage mode and just hope everything comes out, but they're all happy and slappy at the end. And like, even Danielle's running towards Alex like he didn't just slap shit out of her 10 minutes ago, thinking that he's shagging his brother.
Yeah. The thing is, if you are, like, I say, a producer or something like for a big budget film, right? Someone comes to you, says, here's a script that I've got, right? He's got some guy who plays himself twice for twins, so it saves a bit on your budget, so you can get more coke for yourself with the budget. What's the budget? How much is it going to be? 16 million, right? Okay, yeah. Obviously, they didn't read the scripts, because at the very end, they'd be like, right, okay, so did you go end the film halfway through the story?
Yeah.
How did they get away with it back in the day?
Because this will be it. They'll have been like, Van Damme, he's just come off like Bloodsport and all stuff like, we've got Jean-Claude Van Damme, we've got this brilliant thing, he's going to play 2 parts, it's going to be twins who reunite, and then they're just going to kick ass, and it's going to be something the parents are killed when they were younger, and they're going to come back years later and kick some ass and get revenge. Yeah, sounds good, here's 16 million, you go away and make it.
That sounds like that, because it's like in them time of years, like you say, if you had a big action star like Schwarzenegger, you can sell any shit whatsoever and people will still buy it.
That's it,
because it's the name.
We've got a name for it. What is it? Double impact. Oh, amazing, right? Here's a 16 mil. Come back when you've done it. Don't spend too much on cocaine. Watch out for that JCVD because he loves a bit of the And also, you'll probably have to fucking get some splits in there at some point. But yeah, let's get this sold. And they're like, right, great. They get back and they go, right, I sold it. Right. What's the premise? Don't fucking know. Where do you want to film? I fancy a trip to Hong Kong. Yeah, that's quite nice. Yeah, let's go Hong Kong. Oh, we can get some Chinese triads involved. The British are there. What else could we do? We need the guy called Nigel because that's British.
Yeah.
Just like, all right, yeah, because you obviously you had your basic premise. You basically just wanted to have these two as twins. That was it. And then you just found some half-assed story to try and fit around it.
Yeah. And do you know what the producer said?
What?
Oh, good for you.
Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. And then the I think the number one question out of all this, I don't know about you, but my number one question through it all is, what is Frank's motivation about it?
You never find out and never will, unfortunately.
No, we don't, because...
We don't. Right, let's get on with the awards and the answers for the quiz.
Flip quiz.
We'll play it again for you.
I mean, this is a serious matter, Private. I can't believe you got your poor folks involved in this, too. Well, I got a little secret for you, boy. You're up for a court-martial. You ready to go to trial? Give me your best shot. Say goodnight, asshole. Good night, asshole.
Honestly, don't know. I'm going to assume it's a Van Damme film.
That's the link.
Yeah. So, Kickboxer, Bloodsport, Universal Soldier.
Which one is it? What are you going for?
Universal Soldier.
You sure?
No. Yeah.
Yeah. No. What did you want? You said Kickboxer first, which was quite close.
Well, Universal Soldier.
Ding 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 ding. Got it right.
Hey!
I can't believe you didn't recognise Dolph Lundgren.
Mate, I told you, I haven't seen Universal Soldier since I was in my mum's womb.
No, but you recognise that voice. It's He-Man.
I don't know. I barely recognise bloody JCVD.
Yeah, that's it. Anyway, Universal Soldier. Give yourself a pat on the back if you got that right. Okay, first up is the Best Actor Award.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. You better walk away. Go on, walk away, because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Woo! Woo! Bit of training day for you there, so Denzel Washington.
Yeah, if you want to play along as well, guys, let us know down below for the best actor, worst actor, best character, worst character, and 3 things you liked about it, and what would you rate this film out of 10 if it was down to yourself. You can write it in the comments below, or you can contact us on the email.
BigsandBelowPodcast@gmail.com. You want to go first, or do you want me to?
Yeah, I'll go first, mate.
Yeah. Come on.
Actually, no, I'll let you go first.
Me go first.
Yeah.
Okay, best actor.
Yeah.
The guy who played Paul Wagner. Like I said at the beginning, it was just...
Oh, the dad.
The dad. Sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So the dad. So like I said at the beginning, although he kind of feels like it's kind of half-assed, it was possibly the most believable kind of acting I've seen. To me, it wasn't dramatized. It could just have been like a real-life reaction to getting a box of cigars from some cheap motherfucker who doesn't even bother to put some cigars in it.
Yeah,
I don't know what it was.
That.
I just liked it. It felt authentic. It felt real. So I put him down.
Oh, that's it. There's no wrong answers, by the way. So you know what I mean. Even if it's a very small part like that,
yeah.
You know what I mean. If they want to take it, they could take it away. To be honest, I have gone for JCVD because he's not a best actor. He's really is like it's the best of a bad bunch, really, because there's not really much there. But considering he played 2 different roles, I think that's where I'll probably give him a little bit more props.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like the 2 different personalities that he's trying to play, and did come off a little bit like one being the soft ass and one being like a knobhead type roles, then switching between them and stuff. So I give him props for that, but acting still wasn't the best that we've seen around. It's not Oscar worthy, but he done good. Considering. I
suppose, like you say, yeah, I'd have to. I do agree. He played like the roles, the differences in personalities quite well. I did read as well, doing some bit of research for this, that I think Van Damme said in an interview that he is more like Chad in real life than Alex. More like that kind of.
Right.
Yeah.
Worst Actor Award, the Golden Seagull.
Golden Seagull.
I'm going to take you to the bank, Senator Trent. To the blood bank.
That's right.
We're yet to do a seagull film, aren't we?
Well, We've got one coming up, haven't we?
We have indeed, yeah. Can I do my worst actor?
You can.
It's got to be the guy from the club. It's got to be dumbass who takes the cognac. Evan
Do you know
Laurie
what?
is the climax club bouncer.
He was my pick originally, but I changed it.
He's so shit. He
Oh.
was so... As actors he only had a small part as a bouncer, and he couldn't even do that right. He couldn't even convince me that he was a bouncer.
I know.
It was just it's like they said, oh, we're gonna give you a line. Mate, you're gonna give me a line. And it's like, yeah, just read it. Okay. Me till I tell my mum. Mom.
I've gone for Alex's Mrs. Alone Shaw as Danielle.
Have you?
She was fucking awful.
She was pretty terrible.
And the reason I went for her, not him, is because she had a bigger role to play. So she should have been a better actor.
Yeah, she had the range of a toilet roll. She was pretty terrible.
Every single scene was just so bad.
Joint
It was
award
either
there, mate.
underacted or overacted all the time. And it's just like...
Even the part where she mentions that Nigel Griffiths is her employer and she gets all upset. Then even then it wasn't convincing. It was all hissy fit. The only time she convinced me she was a man at the beginning, but even that was wrong.
Yeah, that was wrong. Okay, best character.
Moon.
Right, he was up there for me as well. I did like him as a character.
He was just
and they nearly
weird.
had him for the best actor, to be fair. Because he plays Psycho and he's like looking at him, he's like doing all those little things.
He was just one of them where you kind of, in every scene, you're kind of looking for him because like I mentioned near the beginning, it's one of them where the more you look at him, the more there seems to be something going on. And especially like when he had the scar and the fake eye and stuff like that.
Very unhinged.
He just looked unhinged and menacing, and it's almost like, what's he going to do now?
Yeah, he was a good character.
Yeah. What did you go for? Let me guess. Frank.
No.
Well, go on.
I've gone for, believe it or not, I think it was the best character in the whole film. It was the bird that attacked Chad.
The pigeon.
The pigeon that attacked Chad as he walked into the hotel up the stairs.
That was one well-trained pigeon. You're giving the best character to a pigeon.
To the pigeon. Yes, I'm going there. I am giving the best character award to a pigeon. Because that's how memorable these characters are to me. And that pigeon stood out. That went far beyond anybody's acting ability, right? Because it was that well trained, or it's just coincidental, that it came flying from one side, got stuck on his back as it attacked him, and then it was still there in the next shot and it flew away. And then he kept it in.
He played the part well. I'm assuming it's a he.
It was a menacing pigeon.
I don't mean to misgender if it's a pigeon's a woman, but yeah. It played the part well. No,
It did.
Fair enough. I mean, in Beethoven, we gave it to the dog, so why can't we give it to the pigeon?
Exactly.
The other one I had, sorry, just going back to worst actor, there was another one that I had originally as well, which was Clockwork Orange fella from the beginning. You know, where the guy who he goes, "Show me your kick." The British guy with the ponytail.
Yeah, with
Karate
ponytail.
Dojo. Yeah, he was just terrible. But
Yeah,
sorry, I
well.
just wanted to mention that. So, worst character? You want to go first?
I've gone for Cara.
I've gone for Cara.
Have you?
Yeah. So Cara, the bodybuilder.
Cara, yeah.
Yeah.
God, we've actually both got the same one there for
Yeah,
a
yeah,
change.
yeah. So, 3 things you like.
Yeah,
Are
you
going
go first on
this
me.
week, or-
I'm going to keep it brief.
Yeah.
So 3 things I did like. I like the fight between Chad and Moon. I thought that was all right. The scene at the cocaine factory where they shoot out across the desk, how they missed each other, and obviously JCVD was coats off his face. And
Unlimited ammo.
yeah, and I quite like the fight between Alex and Chad. It wasn't too bad considering the CGI in the early 90s.
Yeah. I liked it when Nigel Griffiths gets crushed by the container.
Yeah.
I like the
He's
gore in the beginning.
Yep.
It maybe went a little bit over the top.
A little bit over the top, yeah, it was.
But it was, to be honest, it was kind of not nice to see, but it was nice to see the kind of realism a little bit. Because there are some like American Ninja, for instance, where you can see all that killing, not 1 ounce of blood.
Yeah, and like you say, it's the old blood packs and stuff used back in the day,
Yeah.
not CGI blood like they have everything.
So the gore, and then I was struggling to think of a third one. So I thought the pacing was a bit rubbish because it just seemed
pacing
to
was
go on
bad.
forever. So I went for the setting. I thought the fact that they kind of were not green, they were green screen for the twins, but they were kind of, I know some of them were sets, but at least looked like they were in actual Hong Kong for some of it.
But they were probably.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. When nowadays they would just be in a warehouse with doing CGI Hong Kong.
Exactly. I agree with that, mate. I agree with that one.
What would you give for your personal rating?
Personal rating, I put 5.4.
I put 5.3. Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah. It was originally 5.2. Then I thought.
So should we bring up the Wall of Fame? If I clap my hands, will it come up?
Wall of Fame?
We do it?
Yeah, go.
Hey, look at that.
Like that. Just like that. I've got quite a few films on there at the moment. So we've got 3 different categories. So again, let us know down below in comments which category would you put it in. Same on email. We've got one to skip, worth a watch, and a must-see movie.
Oh, which number is this? What are we on? Episode? Is it episode 21? This
28, 21?
Yeah. So we're raking them up. So I think, seeing as this is you're a Van Damme fan, I think I'll let you go first with where you would want to end. Please tell me your arguments as to why, because I imagine you're going to try and stick it more towards me.
Oh.
No.
I've got it down as one to skip.
Really?
Yeah.
Me too.
Have you?
Yeah, that was easy. Right,
Yeah.
roll the credits.
Yeah. And the reason for that, right, Van Damme, he's not a best actor. Never has been, never will be the best actor. He's never going to win any Oscars awards.
No.
But back in the late 80s, early 90s, he done some really good films. Like, say, Bloodsport, AWOL, the Kickboxer. There's so many good films that he's done. But then there was a lot of bogus films, what are not really worth.
I know what you mean.
Being on, you know what I mean? They're like really, really bad. It's like another film we've got of him, which is a really bad film, and it's called Double Trouble, I think it is, with Dennis Rodman. So that is on our list to do. And one Dennis Rodman, that's a bloody awful film. And unfortunately, this is one as well. And I've got to say, it's just one. Yep.
I know what you're saying. So, you go to see a Van Damme film, not for the acting or the story, but for the action and the kick, the high kicks and the splits and all stuff like that. And although we got the splits, we didn't really get many of the high kicks, and the fighting scenes were very subpar.
It was lacking.
There's better Van Damme films out there for you to watch.
There's better damn films out there.
Yeah, so that's why. There is.
Play on words.
Yeah, definitely. There's better damn films. But yeah, so that's why personally I would agree with you and put it in one to skip, because I couldn't. If you said to me I want to go and watch a Van Damme film, I'd recommend Time Cop over this.
Oh yeah, 100%. Time Cop's decent.
You know what I mean? And I wouldn't. I would say if you want to watch a Van Damme film, there's better ones out there. I even know ones that I haven't seen would be better than this, like the Bloodsport and so on, because that's what they're known for. He's known for his Bloodsport, Kickboxer, AWOL. And until I watch this, a little bit of Double Impact, but I can't in good conscience nowadays recommend it at all. Maybe 20 years ago it might have stood up a bit better, but it's not stood the test of time. It's an old film now. What is it, 33 years old?
Yeah.
This year. And it's showing. And yeah. So yeah, one to skip. And yeah, I think
very interested.
So I think that pretty much sums up this episode.
It does.
So as usual, if you've made it to the end, you're a good one. And please like, subscribe, recommend. If you're on Spotify, leave that 5-star rating.
Yeah, please. And on that note, take care of yourself and see you again next time.
Take care, guys.
Thank you very much.